Sage Sleuth is demanding that I release our text messages. I have no issue doing that, but I am busy getting a video ready to post it. It will take me forever to redact names and places. She has these messages and can release them herself. I'm perfectly fine with that, but I'm not going to rush to her beck and call, as she is demanding. However, if she and Heather Lynn would like to go live with me, it would be easier to talk about without doxing. I didn't mean Heather Lynn. I meant these messages, and these people know that. I just ask that there is no fighting because this is about finding Summer. If one of you want to go live, they just keep trying and trying to set me up for lawsuits. That's what this is. I sent this information to two people that I thought would not dox somebody. Now that's turning into something because now I got Smiley's people coming into my comments telling me, leave Smiley out of this. Like that wasn't what I was doing. I'm sending these people olive branches. I don't even know why I'm fucking sending them olive branches. I never did a fucking thing to these people. This is enough. It's bullying. And it's stupid. Two minutes ago, girl, you're mad. No, I think yous are fucking idiots and bullies, and I think it's been going on for 3 days, and I would like you to just leave me the fuck alone. In all honesty, that's what I fucking want. You're bullies, and you're trying to come at me, and you're pissed because I proved you fucking wrong. That's exactly what this is. And you're proving yourself to be wrong. You're posting receipts from a year ago. A year ago, lady. Okay? That say the same thing I'm saying the fuck now, trying to twist it. They say the same fucking thing. I'm not coming unglued. I'm hurt. This is fucking dumb. For 3 weeks, you've been in my comment section. I'm on for you. Oh, Crystal, you always have the right information. You know it. Now because Sage brings me up and I defend myself, you and this fucking dumb cunt's gonna come after me? All the time? It's getting fucking dumb. I proved you wrong. Admit it. Say you're sorry. Move on. Leave me the fuck alone. You're a bully. You're an asshole. You look like an idiot. You're uneducated. You're unintelligent. You can't fucking read. And you can't fucking comprehend. I'm not doxing nobody else. So you can kiss my ass. You're not setting me up. Again. So stop. People seen it. That's all there is to it. It ain't that fucking bitch. Maybe it fucking should be. Fucking stupid. I said it back then, it wasn't her. I'm saying it now. It ain't fucking her. Stop. You're all being irresponsible and dumb in Summer's case, playing games, trying to bring out more locals so people can go on the attack, and you don't even know what this is about. The other day, you're reading posts. You come back on here. Oh, Janine's from the UK and this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, you couldn't even say her name. Jeannie. No, that ain't her fucking name. You don't know shit. Quit acting like you do. It's fucking horrible, Gene Allen. Like, it really is. Like, I'm just trying to go on and do my own thing. I don't want to be bothered by these people. Sage had no reason to start all of this. None. She butts her nose in and shit that doesn't even fucking involve her. All the fucking time. And it's dumb. They're trying to flip scripts and narratives and they can't. I have proof to back all of it up. Like, I don't even know why these people are mad at me. What, because I said I questioned Squall? Who gives a fuck? How many of you questioned her today? I'm saying sorry and shit. The people should be saying sorry to me. It's dumb. That's all I have to say. Very, very short live. This is fucking stupid. Lady R and Heather, quit your shit. It wasn't fucking about you. Never fucking was. I told you that then. Quit fucking bullying me. You fucking dummies. You have no fucking comprehension skills whatsoever. Sage involved you in something that had nothing to do with you. Not a fucking thing. Get it through your heads, you fucking idiots. Seriously, look. Like, this is days of this. What is this? You harassed people. Yeah, I know I did. I said I did. And no, this is a fucking fairy tale. This ain't harassing nobody. Who's Stripey? Go on here and show me who Stripey is. The whole fairy tale ain't harassing nobody. It was doing everything everybody fucking else did. Look at this. And then you get people in her fucking PM. Dead. Skull. Dude, I promise you, everything I'm saying is not a fucking lie. Sage is a snake. These people were snakes. Look, she comes on here. Do you want to see how they start to twist narratives? What is she showing here? She's showing videos of mine. Yep. Do you know the backstory behind them videos, Lady R? Tell me if you know the backstory behind any of those videos. Why did I post them? Jody Sue did fucking try to blackmail me. She was pissed off and hurt. It's there in the fucking recording, you dumbass. You trying to start shit? Hood or not, that is where I live. You're looking at the top of my fucking street behind me. Jag off. That's proving I'm from Pittsburgh because Benny was making fun of the word yinz, you fucking idiot. Which is a word that's used in Pittsburgh. Go watch the video so I can school you. What the fuck are you showing here? You made me post saying you needed a mod for the night. No, I never fucking asked you to be a mod. You came in my shit and all my chats for the last 3 weeks, every live you came in. I'll mod for you. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Now I know why I couldn't trust you. You have been trying and trying and trying to set me up for what goddamn reason, I don't know. Okay? Tell Sage all of them messages have been sent to TBI. And if she is involved in anything, they will read it and they will figure it out. There's nothing you can do to stop it now. Okay? Leave me the fuck alone, you psychopaths. I actually don't want to go nowhere. What else is going on the YouTube streets? I'm not going to come on here and crazy and cry and leave. This is just ridiculous. Like, it really is. It's hurtful. It's mean. It's bullying. It's post after post after post after post. When I sat for 2 days trying to explain to these people and tell them, I told them 1,000,000 times, it is not fucking her. Jody sure told Crystal a whole lot. Someone needs to cut the Wi-Fi at the asylum. The mental patients are getting out of hand. Do you know every single person, every single last person, one who lives in your town? Actually, when you live in a town like Beach Creek, and it's very, yes, you usually do. Most people do, or they know about them. Like, this is fucking dumb. What's left are lies, and people who knew that, if they came here and spoke, they would run chances of answering for summer. Like, this is, it just goes on and on and on and on. And that's only one. Let's go find fucking Heather Lynn, okay? And Sage. Like, it just doesn't fucking stop. Sage removed a bunch of her shit, but there's still shit on there. No, stop lying. Bitch, I'm not lying. I proved it. And y'all are salty as fuck. That's what it comes down to. Look, I make fun of Jody Sue. Jody Sue heard the Wells kids scream July. Jody Sue squat chicken on a stick squall. Why was she in our shit? But I'm the one that bullied Jody Sue, right? We all did, you dumb fuck. Look, see how she's sticking up for Squad H? Tiffany Marie, why do you hold a fucking wrench in her shit?
And see, that's the thing. It's like that's the reason they have to have fake shit, even though that one's a real person. Because I won't have.
She was doxxed. You said all of my information is about Jody Sue. I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All of these in a negative light. Go to my channel and watch my video. And look, I'm a crybaby. Liar, liar, that. And you're so mature to come over here and do that, right? Well, telling people to be yourself. You're over here acting like you're in kindergarten. Crybaby. Like, it just goes on and on. They don't stop. They are trying to set me up again for another lawsuit. I'm pointing it out. I said that I would, and I am. I need some fucking Tylenol. Like, this is complete insanity. I have proven everything these people have said wrong. And they're still trying. Like, they're not going to flip the script. If I have to stay on here so that they don't flip the script, I'll do that. Just like Sage had to monetize because Jody Sue accused her of something. Okay? What am I lying about? Be yourself. Show me. If you think I'm lying, tell me what I'm lying about. I don't even know who you are. You're a troll. You're accusing me of something you probably know nothing about. And if you can pull receipts, please do so. Do it. Mm-mm. Go ahead. Take your time. Make sure you go good and slow. How much you want to make a bet? That's Gary. And she should know that she's the one that gave me the information again that they're trying to pull out. So try some shit. Here's what it is. See, I was set up by Gary at the beginning of this. So anything anyone does, everybody better tell people not to do that because when it does, this bitch is going to jail and so is her cop husband. Okay? Charges. Real charges. So keep going. I have all the proof I need. I promise you that. Under several profile pictures. Hee, I wish. Okay. Do you see the bullying shit? Like, this is dumb. I really do. Keep it up. What's going to happen is I'm going to go dox her boyfriend in a way that's not illegal. I'm going to go show his retirement cop video. Okay? Precinct and all. And then I'll make sure I send it to them with the screenshots I have of Gary, Tracy. Fuck, what was the other one? She had a third one. And all three of them. Bitch told me. Here's how this goes. Come on. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here all night and I'm just going to let the bullies come in and take screenshots while they do so. Okay? Bring it. You all got something to say? Come up on here. And make sure you do it with your real face. I'll turn my camera on. All of you. You got something to say to me? Grab the screen. Make sure you show your face first, because you're not going to fucking porn bomb me. Like, this shit's getting dumb. Y'all are so brave in the chat. Come say it to me. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here overnight because I slept. And I'm going to let you all come to my chat and bully me. I give you all permission. Come, all of you, come say what the fuck it is you got to say right now. Everybody who has a problem with me, just make sure you come in here and you tell these people what I've done to you first. Okay? Because this is enough. I'm not the one with the issues. You people are bullies. You probably have no life or you're unhappy in your marriages. There has to be something with you that you go around doing this to people. I'm pointing it out, and I said I would. From where she's sitting, I'm the bully. Go show me. Go show me where I'm the bully. One time. I've responded. I've called bitches and assholes, and yeah. Go show them. Who else has been sued, Nugget? Who else has been lied about over and over and over and over? Go show it. Who else was told, oh, my information's right and went with the wrong fucking crowd? And then found out later that my information was right the whole time. Right? Y'all are just sick as fuck. Because I did what y'all couldn't. Right? I dug some shit up. And now all y'all shit is going to fucking come out. And there's going to be a whole lot of lawsuits. I have the screenshots of people telling me to kill myself. I'm mental. So we'll sit here. Anybody who has an issue with me, please come. Let me. Here's what we're going to do. Actually, I just banned her. I'm going to go to my YouTube. I should go and unblock everybody and just let you come. Because we're going to show these people what the fuck all of y'all about. And if you don't come, you know what that tells everybody? You're all bullshit and fucking liars. Every single last one of you. Tiffany Marie's over there with the thing. Tiffany, show them who sent you the shit I accused the Luminous of. Go show them. Because at the same time you sent me your message, Janine sent me hers. Same exact time. So it doesn't even matter whether Janine is who I said she is or not. She was part of this. Right? And you know what Tiffany Marie's going to do? I ain't showing nothing. I already know. It's provable. And I'm not going to be forced to bring it to YouTube neither, because that will go to a court of law. So, any of yins have an issue with me, come up here and tell me what your issue is. I won't even scream. I'll mute my mic and let you come on here and tell all these people why you're angry with me and what I've done to you. Let's have a bash session. Is that what y'all want to do? Let's show everybody the real, all of you. Nobody cares. No. Nobody's bold enough, Nugget. Because they all know they're wrong, and so do you. I don't give a fuck if nobody cares. This is fucking dumb. It's stupid. Y'all are bullies as fuck. You be making shit up. You're salty because you were proven wrong over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's 1,000,000 against 1. So come do it. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to go around about my life. When it goes pop and I know somebody came on, I'll let them come bully me, okay? I'll mute my mic. Y'all come up. It's fucking hot wire here. Come say what the fuck y'all got to say about me. Just make sure you tell them why you're saying it. What exactly it is that I have done to you personally. Okay? And you have an option to share the screen to show the receipts as well. So, I'll be back in a little bit. My husband's making dinner. I'm going to go help him. If I hear the pop, I'll be back. If any single one of them are bold enough to come up here and tell somebody what I did to them, let them. We're going to leave Luminous just because she's a cunt. Y'all see just Janine? Yeah, that's another Janine fucking profile I was stalked by. Everybody but 3 is unblocked. Any single one of you who have a problem with me are welcome to come on my panel and tell me about it. Just make sure you show receipts and you tell these people what I have personally done to you personally. Okay? The link's streamed. No, I'm just going to step in the other room for a minute. I'll be right back.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
I'm a yinzer. It's kind of in my nature. I will try not to let. What's a yinzer?
I told Yins once. I told Yins 100 times.
Public service announcement. All you other rappers out there, time to catch up.
Where are you trying to get to? All right. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go down through 3 stop signs down a road here. Once you get to that 3rd stop sign, go through that stop sign, all right?
What's a yinzer?
Pittsburgh has their own language over there. They you can buy books in the stores over there that are titled Pittsburghese because of all their twists and different ways of saying things. You get there and you talk to a couple people on the street, and for the first couple times it's hard to follow.
Hey, Jagoff driving 50 miles an hour.
You're supposed to put a gun ban around it.
My grandma used to live next door to Martin Cove.
Hey, Yins guys just need to cool down and cut it out. Hey, Yins want to go down to Southside Nat and get some jumbo?
You going downtown later?
Now don't Yins go there with me.
Instead of saying you guys or y'all, they say yins. Yins or youans or yuns, depending on, I guess, how you feel that day.
Hey guys, what's a yinzer?
The Jins want to get anything to eat? Where Jins want to go? What about Mike and Tony's? You want a gyro? We can go to Permanis. We're on the south side. Or we can go downtown. Figure out where to go downtown. Get a bite to eat there.
Permanti Brothers, the legendary Pittsburgh sandwich shop that stuffs gigantic sandwiches with meat, cheese, french fries, and coleslaw.
What's a yinzer?
And so, you'd say hi to someone on the street, and they say, "Oh, how you guys doing today?" And for your first couple of days, you'd look over and you'd say, "What? What'd you say?"
You're gonna come to a house with a big lava rock in the front yard. You make a right there. Now, if you reach the ball fields, you've gone too far. And you don't want to run over this kid just laying in the road. Jeffy, get out of the road. That ain't how you play hopscotch.
Is that a kind of piano?
And you go up the hill there and make a right by the old Bettis Lounge, and you're going to see an insurance company they made of an old Pizza Hut. Now, you go past that. But if you get to that other Pizza Hut with the Ninja Turtle mural, you've gone too far. I had you for a second. I had you going down there past Kennywood. I noticed you got kids in the back there. I won't do that. Not Kennywood ain't even open yet.
Flying up on the pirate ship, down in the raging rapids, fast like a thunderbolt, and around on a merry-go-round.
We're from the town with that great football team. We cheer the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chuck Noll and all his friends are all on the team. Go out and get them Steelers. Bradshaw and Rocky and Franco and Lee. We love you, Pittsburgh Steelers.
A yinzer?
Okay, so then you're going to get on 51 and go past where they sell that good sweet corn. Hey, Dad, is that the green belt or the blue belt down there? The yellow belt. Oh, what do you mean it's by Sue's house? He don't know Sue. Like I got road signs that say this way to Sue's house. This exit, Sue's house. Oh, what do you mean ask Siri? Who the hell is Siri?
Like if you... What's a yinzer?
That turnpike is the world's biggest speed trap. Them cops, they come out of like the Bat Cave to give you a ticket. Parkway, we're going inbound, not outbound. I'll tell you one thing, if you're in that left lane of Parkway, you're getting off at Grant Street whether you like it or not. Yeah, you're gonna go through a tunnel, and everybody's gonna slow down for no reason. Oh, you're trying to avoid tunnels. I got you going through tunnels. Back it up, you start over. Hey, Deb, is there a Pens game on tonight?
Wash, a creek, sprinkles, a vacuum, slippery, rubber band.
Jumbo is baloney.
Pepsi, Coca-Cola, whatever it is.
Red up is clean up.
Oh, and don't go that way then. Stay the hell away from that Route 28. They've been doing construction down there since there's been a fort down the point. General Braddock was asking when that Route 28 is going to be done.
What's a yinzer?
Pittsburgh, what a beautiful city. There it is. Bridges, rivers, little peninsula, beautiful old things, stunning new things, unique culture. We had gone downtown. We were taking the bus to get around. Great bus system. We got on the bus after having been up near Carnegie Mellon, and we had gone to some German bakery. Yum. And it was, you know, a lovely day, chilly, but sunny. And a mom came on with 2 kids. And she had it with them. Probably immediately after boarding, she went, "Yin, sit down!" And my friend elbowed me. She was so excited that I got to hear the most Pittsburghy of Pittsburgh things. Yins.
You go across a high-level bridge like you're going down the waterfront, go around that red train thing by the old slag pile. Bear left where that exotic dancer's place used to be. That road gonna split. Go slow through South Park. You know where the bypass is? That's where that good gyro place is. Oh, what do you mean you don't like gyros? Now make sure you hit that right end. You hit that left end, you're gonna end up in Ohio. If you go on Route 22 where the old Chi-Chi's used to be, take care. Your inspection sticker's almost up.
Tell me what's a yinzer.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled up the line, that's nothing. Up in my town, when you see me, you know anything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down for no whips and my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black stripe, yellow paint. I hear they scared of it, but them pros ain't. As soon as I hit the club, look at the moon face. Hit the pedal once, make the floor shake. Sway inside, my engine roaring. It's the big boy, you know what I paid for it. And I got the pedal to the metal. Got you out here checking game, I'm balling out on every level. Hear them haters talk, but there's nothing you can tell them. Just made $1 million, got another $1 million on my schedule. No love for them, boy, I'm breaking hearts. No keys, push to start. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled off the line, that's nothing. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know anything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down for no whips and my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Got a call from my jeweler, this just in. And women love me cause I'm messing with their best friends. Shit, this ain't for one night, I'm shining all week, bro. I'm sipping Clico and rocking yellow diamonds. So many rocks up in my watch, I can't tell what the time is. Got a pocket full of big faces. Throw it up, cause everybody that I'm with tailors. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled up the line, that's nothing. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know anything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down for no whips and my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
JV on a limb.
How you guys doing? I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but there's something going around to get the word jag off in the dictionary. All right? There ain't no reason in the world with jag off ain't gonna be in a dictionary. That's part of every Pittsburgher's vernacular. Yeah. You didn't even know I knew that word. You know how I know that word? Because it's in the dictionary. Why don't you just pick it up and read it every now and then instead of squishing stink bugs with it all the time? That should be in the dictionary. I'll tell you why. You got words like brown in there. You got words like raven in there. And you got words like bangle in there. You got to have jag off in there because them surely ain't teams. Got to call them something, don't you? So do yourselves a favor. Whatever you can do to put jag off in the dictionary, get it going. Put a little sign in your yard, something like that. Why don't you, or just call people jag off enough. Take that out of state. Next time you're down there in Dallas at the airport, scream jag off. So they know what's going on too. Hey, all them goofs in their Tony Romo jerseys. Give me a break. Hey, you ever been down to Dallas? Ain't nothing good going on there. Every time you punt the ball, it hits the scoreboard. That's ridiculous. See, jag-offs. Make it happen.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform. Add
Right, and then you ban, you mute, keep people out. They just give the hell up. Can't get enough people behind them to listen to them, to out these people. So what you have basically are gatekeepers.
Can you hear me? Can somebody say yes? Jody Sue switching my damn fucking words around so fucking bad. That's not what I sent her in the messenger. She doesn't even bother to read it. So I'm just going to get on here and say it. If something fucking happens, something happens, right? I don't know who these people are. I got a message. Actually, I got 3 friend requests a couple weeks ago, okay? It was like back to back. Actually, it might have been like a month or 2 ago. Sorry, that's not the video I'm looking for. Fuck it. Let's just watch something lighthearted. I'm still sitting here, guys. I'm waiting for any one of you to come for receipts. I have unblocked everybody but 3 people. I told y'all I'm going to show you fucking crazy. Like, this is not even a joke anymore. I'm going to prove every single one of y'all to be liars, and that's exactly what I've been doing, and you can't stand it. So keep trying to set me up. I'm going to point it out when you do. You're not going to demand I dox people. I sent what I sent to the people I sent it to. If they want to confirm it, they can. It was sent. Write them privately. Don't dox nobody. This woman has nothing to do with nothing. It was something I was looking into I thought connected to fucking Sage. I've explained this 1,000 times. It was never the fucking stupid bitch over there running her goddamn trap. It was never Lady R, who has no business fucking putting her nose in this shit. I proved to you I tried a year ago to clear this up. Yins were all irate and continued to go on and on and on and on and on and on. Nobody looking at the fucking evidence. Right? But y'all are true crime fucking reporters. You have no business being here if you can't look at the facts. Right? I'm not speculating here. The facts are this is exactly what happened. Any single one of you have a problem with me, please You're welcome to come up. I will mute my mic. I will let you state your fucking problem with me. Show your evidence. Just make sure your face is showing. Okay? Porn bomb me. I don't care. I got a black man. He got a big ding dong. I ain't worried about it. I ain't scared of a little dick. Okay? I'm going to mute. I'll go find a video. Let's go watch the Blowhorn Benny one. That one's pretty funny.
After last month's massive solar flare added a 25th hour to the day, businesses are wondering, what should we do?
I'm thinking company-wide power nap.
Anything can change the world of work. From HR to payroll, ADP designs for the next anything.
And y'all are going to watch my commercial.
Crypto makes the world go forward.
You know, and I bring it to taste. So it's I don't know. You know, sometimes I'll not add enough salt, but because I taste it, I'll add a.
Once upon a whimsical morning in the peculiar town of Chucklesville, where the air often carried giggles and the trees whispered jokes, a curious caper unfolded at the heart of the town, Betty's Bakery. The bakery was famed for its divine cupcakes, each one crafted with a sprinkle of love and a dollop of laughter.
All right, guys, we'll wait for some of you guys to get in here. I got the biscuits. We'll call frozen biscuits, not so fake biscuits. We'll call canned biscuits fake biscuits, and frozen biscuits not so fake. All right, I'm a dork. I know.
As the dawn broke, the townsfolk flocked to Betty's to grab their share of sweet morning delight, but alas, the cupcake display was bare. A sign hung on the glass reading "Cupcakes sold out," but Betty, the cherished baker, stood outside, her face a canvas of comic dismay, for this was not a mere sold-out sign, but a cover-up for a sweet-toothed heist.
So we have fake biscuits, not so fake biscuits, and then real biscuits. if we're following the Bullhorn Betty, that's how we do it. And it's a dash of this and a pinch of that and a heaping of that. Okay, so you got to understand the terminology, okay, that we use in the kitchen here. Okay, we're not, you know, teaspoons, tablespoons, you know, quarter cup. It's you know. I have to be honest though. I do measure my liquids. It's just over the time because I taste stuff, you know, and I bring it to taste. So it's I don't know, you know, sometimes I'll not add enough salt, but because I taste it, I'll add a little bit more salt to it or something to give it a little more flavor or whatnot.
At the Chucklesville Police Department, Detective Bumble, a detective with a heart as soft as a marshmallow, was diving into the morning's news when Officer Giggle burst through the door, a whirl of urgency in his step.
Bumble, the town's joy is in jeopardy. The cupcakes have been capered.
With a determined nod, Bumble donned his comically oversized detective hat, and with Giggle by his side, they mounted their whimsical bicycles with wheels shaped like donuts, and pedaled hastily towards Betty's Bakery.
Gotta get it really hot. You just having some fun. What we should do one of these evenings is I'll put out a grocery list like a few days in advance, so everybody has enough time to get the ingredients, and then we'll cook. We'll all cook together. We'll set it up for, like, I don't know. We'll find out what time's good for everybody, and we'll all cook together and then sit down and eat.
With a dash of determination, a pinch of prowess, and a heap of hilarity, our bumbling duo embarked on an adventure sprinkled with comical encounters, quirky suspects, and exaggerated clues.
Cold biscuits.
With each whimsical clue, Bumble and Giggle found themselves a step closer to the cupcake culprit. Their journey led them to a hidden sweet lover's lair, where they discovered the shady character, Sugar Sneak Sam, who had hoarded all of Betty's cupcakes for a lifetime supply of sugary delights.
Out and realize, like, oh shit, I just fucked up.
Meanwhile, back at Betty's bakery.
Look at those. Nice. Nice, right? Nice, not so fake biscuits. And those actually look like, that's the difference. See how nice those look? Those are so much nicer than those canned biscuits, in my opinion. I'm just saying, you know, some biscuits. I'm trying a different biscuit though, a different quick biscuit. I'm sorry guys, and I know I sound like a dead horse when I talk about these damn biscuits, but I don't like canned biscuits. I just don't. I'm looking for a simpler alternative that I like, and so. And I even heard some places actually have these things already in trays, like the McDonald's looking biscuits, right? But like when you look at here, like you do have some chemicals in here, like the sodium aluminum phosphate and stuff like that. Like you do have some like dextrose. That, you know, these are I don't like it. That's what I don't like about it. But these aren't near as bad in my opinion than the canned biscuits, but I could be wrong. And they turn out actually really gorgeous. Like when they get out of the oven, they turn out really, really gorgeous. See? I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. Real nice biscuits. So I definitely like the frozen biscuits much better.
With a swift, comedic maneuver, Bumble and Giggle apprehended Sugar Sneak Sam, returning the stolen cupcakes to Betty, who rejoiced with tears of joy trickling down her cheeks, sweetening the returned cupcakes even more.
Tell me that doesn't look gorgeous. Oh shit! I tipped it too far forward.
As Bumble, Giggle, and the townsfolk celebrated with a grand cupcake feast under the twinkling stars, laughter echoed through the night, filling Chucklesville with sweet memories and sweeter cupcakes. Our bumbling heroes, with frosting on their
File 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at turbotax.com. That's me!
JCPenney Beauty has designer fragrances perfect for Valentine's Day gifting. JCPenney, make it count.
I'm going to try. I mean, you do know I'm recording you, right? Because, of course, I want to get your side of the story out there. But I'm going to keep.
I tell you is the truth as I know it. I ain't going to sit there and try to go on the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, before we go on, has the TBI told you not to tell people about Dawn being wired? Because if that's about you being wired, question Dawn. Because if so, I'm going to take that out.
I ain't heard nothing like that. That's the first time I've ever heard.
I want you to know that I'm going to make some YouTube videos out of our conversation and stuff, but I want to be compassionate to your needs and everything. So if there's anything you want me to leave out or not, put it into my videos.
I ain't ashamed of anything.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
it's been said that you were not friends with Dawn, that you were just friends with Candace. Is there any truth to that?
No, hell no. I mean, me and Candace was because, I don't know, she, with the school thing, she'd come by, like whenever they had kept her up and if I needed a ride or, we talked a little bit here and there like that, but it weren't nothing like that major, just because he was working more and, or whatnot, and, she'd done the school thing and I had, my ex got to shooting that mess stuff and I kicked her out, and, I just had a lot on my plate at the time, but no, I
Do
just
you
seen her a
know?
little bit more because of the kids, basically.
Yeah. Do you know
And
anything
and
about the
that's about the extent
rumors?
of that.
Do
What's
you
that?
do you know anything about the rumors of Crystal and Dawn sleeping together?
Oh, yeah, it's true. Kansas come down here, and see, Kansas told me to get the hell off property, and that's back when I was still trying to keep Crystal and John's life, and they told me to get the hell off property, or she'd call the law. I said, that's all right. You'll find out who's telling the truth. And more than 2 days later, she come up here in the afternoon crying her eyes out. You were right. You were right. You know, she slept with Donnie, but she slept with about everybody around here. So, you know, that ain't nothing new. You know, he come up here one day, asking me where all the meth heads live. And I'm like, dude, really? I just kicked my damn, got rid of this stupid ass woman that was in my life for 12 years because of that shit. I'm the only one that's been here for my son since I cut the umbilical cord on him. The only parent that he could actually count on, and he's sitting right here. He can tell you that himself. You know what I mean?
So Dawn
I
came up
I
to Dawn came
I
up
ain't
to
worried about
question
nobody
you.
recording me because I ain't got nothing
Nothing
to
to hide. Okay, that's good. That's good. But did Dawn come up to you after Summer had gone missing?
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was wondering why he was acting so stupid. I kind of half figured, you know what I mean, that something like that was going on. I ain't no idiot. You know what I mean? I ain't got but a ninth grade education, but I do know, people because I screwed up for the first part of my life, man. You know what I mean? I finally got my stuff right. I ain't never gonna let nothing,
Can you tell
bring me
me?
down.
Are you able
Huh?
are you able to tell me about the whole conversation you had with Dawn, like when he
I've had
approached
so
you?
much happen and so much stuff, and that hell, I've been through so much. I couldn't remember. I mean, it was kind of short, and he was just acting real strange. Somebody, some of it, the conversation I had with him, he brought his son up that morning. It weren't nothing real major, but he come up, the first words out of his mouth was, "Where's all the men?" I don't know. I don't hang around him yet. He's here at home taking care of my son. You know what I mean? I'm not the one out running around. The parents out running around, not being here doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I damn sure wouldn't let nobody bring no damn dope to my house neither, because I'd break their ass up. They wouldn't be seen again. But Linda, that woman there. Every word comes out of her damn mouth's a liar. You know, when I read that part about me shooting up my dad's pain pills, I didn't. You can get a hold of hospice, and they'll tell you that they were surprised at how much of my dad's pain medicine was left, because they said they normally don't get that. I took care of my dad, and I don't shoot dope. I don't even like a doctor to stick a needle in me.
Guess whose dad was so sick that David was stealing his morphine. He had his leg amputated and was dying, and David was taking his morphine. David. And his pain meds.
And now was David and Robert, were they abusive to their father, or?
I think David was abusive to his dad.
Yeah.
Robert didn't see his dad that much. I mean, David, well, the man, like I was telling you, he stunk so bad when he came into my house that we ate dinner. I couldn't stand it because I'm a nurse. And they say cleanliness is next to godliness, and this man, I wanted to put him in my shower and scrub him myself and do his dressing. But
bring your process maps to life with Engine Room's Process Playground. If you've ever implemented a process improvement or designed a new process from scratch, you've probably created a new process map to show how the process should work. Static maps can be great tools to communicate the ideal state of the world. But what about when the real world doesn't cooperate? Nothing happens on average, so how do you design for variability? You can now bring your process model to life to see what happens when things change. With Process Playground, you can quickly and easily create virtual prototypes of new process design, experiment to understand how the process performs under stress, and ask what-if questions like, what happens if demand doubles, or someone doesn't show up for work? What happens when a step hits a snag and takes longer, or errors create rework? Modeling prepares you for all kinds of scenarios. Virtual prototypes encourage creativity and allow you to test your new design before it ever touches real customers. Your teams can experiment on crazy design ideas they might not have otherwise considered. Play until you've got it right. Then launch your new process with confidence.
EGFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate, is really an indirect way of measuring how well a person's kidneys are working. And it's confusing because we say glomerular filtration rate and yet we're talking about kidneys. So just to explain that a little bit, a glomerulus is a filtering unit in the kidney, and between the two kidneys, there are around 1 million glomeruli. So they are very small units that kind of clean the blood of waste products. And then we measure the level of a substance in the blood, such as creatinine or cystatin C, which are essentially waste products or byproducts that the body produces and are cleared by the kidney. And these glomeruli, or the filtering units, actually do the job of cleaning the blood. So once we measure those substances such as creatinine or cystatin C, to name a few, we can actually put that value in a formula that takes into account the patient's or the individual's body type, sex, and age, and that helps us assess the rate at which the kidney is clearing that substance. And if the kidneys are working well, we expect these levels of creatinine or cystatin C to be low in the blood, and therefore the EGFR, the estimated glomerular filtration rate, will be higher because the kidneys are filtering these products well. And if the kidneys are damaged by any disease process and the kidney function declines, then the level of creatinine and cystatin C will be higher, and the EGFR that's calculated will be lower. And that's kind of explaining how we use the EGFR to measure the kidney function test.
I didn't know it was going on.
Right.
On that
It wasn't
so
your
I'm
place,
like, I'm
right.
not gonna touch it because they could take my license away if I screwed something up.
Right.
And Crystal says, Mom, can you do anything? I said, I can, Crystal, but I'm not going to. I said, Mama's nursing license means marker her than screwing it up. I said, if I knew what the doctor's orders for to take care of that leg, yeah, I'd be happy to do it. I said, but I ain't got no doctor's orders to tell me how to take care of it. I ain't touching it. You need to call the visiting nurse and tell her about it. You and David both. David is his guardian. So you know what? David needs to get down on the phone and call him.
Like when I seen that about my prison record, I said, there ain't nothing in that. All that shit's bought and paid for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I learned a hard lesson. If I'd have listened to my dad, I'd have been a hell of a lot better off. And I finally ended up listening to him because like he told me, David, you got that shit started. You're the only one that can really stop it. You know what I mean? And it took me 2 minutes to lose my dad's respect and about 20 some odd years to get it back whenever I bought me and my dad a place over here right across the street from where I'm staying now. And, me and my dad would go out every week, and I can't change what the past, but I can let him know that, I'm doing a hell of a lot better than what I finally listened. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I
whenever,
heard you.
I come in from work, he was stuck in the garden on that little electric scooter I got him. Whenever he hugged my neck and told me he was right proud of me, man, that was that was a moment I've been trying to get back to,
Yeah, and Miss Linda said before your dad passed away that you had taken care of him.
For over a year, I didn't leave my house. And even the ladies at hospice, when they started coming out, they said, they hadn't seen this kind of love. I'm like, my dad should have shot my ass back in the day, and I couldn't have said a damn thing about it other than he was right. But he never turned his back on me, And,
Yeah.
but I never lied to him, I never lied to him, I ain't got nothing to lie. I was screwing up, I know, but, it was, it's sad though that my brother Kenny in Florida, I borrowed $6,000 from him and paid him $9,000 back on the property over there. He didn't sign my title over to me to the land like he was supposed to, him and Carrie. But while I was taking care of our dying father, he was trying to have us evicted off land that I honestly bought and paid for.
So,
but
yeah.
she called the police. They were trying to get me to come up and get him recorded and stuff, and I didn't really know what was going on. And, I was kind of freaked out, and I was, kind of worried about my son. And I had her trying to take me back to court She's called DCS more times and telling them more lies. But she called them up while Summer was missing and told them that I tried finding the little girl and the meth deal gone bad. Now that's fucked up. Whenever that little girl's missing, you're gonna call up and tell a damn straight out lie. You know what I mean? And take investigators off of looking at that little girl to look at me where there ain't a damn thing at and waste precious time.
And have you been in contact? Have you been in contact with the DHS down there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I told you, I call them up. I said I need to have. I do that 800 number. I need somebody to go out and check my grandbabies. I said they're both with a drug. One's a drug. He does drugs, and the other one abuses it, my grandson. And I just would like to know, because they won't let me see him. Can you go and check and make sure they're okay? You know what they do? They call them up. Eric, I got another report on you. I got to come out and check little Eric. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to show up at school, at wherever the child is at, home or school. Okay, they're supposed to take the child without the father and take him and talk to him by himself and ask him how he's been.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. They called David up, and you know how I know they called him? Because they brag about it, the friends I know down there. Oh, we got another complaint, child complaint. The caseworker just called me. She got to come out and check John.
Leonardo da Vinci seems to have encrypted the Great Pyramid of Giza into the Vitruvian Man,
along with an exact geometrical match of the Earth-Moon pyramid relationship. Da Vinci has identified the presently known subterranean Queen's and King's chambers, which begs the question, do his upper lines represent presently unknown chambers?
The Japanese delegation had located a void space above the Grand Gallery that appears to lead exactly to the throat chakra line on the Vitruvian Man, indicating that where Da Vinci has left us another horizontal line might be leading us exactly to the precise location of another chamber undiscovered. The Last Supper also carries the exact angular reference of the Great Pyramid. In the King's Chamber, I noticed the Alpha and the Omega. On the right wall, we can see the faint letters Alpha, Q, W. W is a lowercase omega. Join me in this journey as we crack this mystery, left to us not only by Leonardo, but other Renaissance and ancient polymaths and philosophers who have been endlessly pointing us to the same conclusions. Everything is connected.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something, and I've picked a lot of psych classes. Let me tell you something, and then you tell me what you think about this.
Okay.
David told me, well, you know, when I handed John his army man, he says, oh, man, I'm on my army man. I said, yeah, he told me you wanted to saw him. And I gave him these army men. David says, he's got 1,000 of those things. He's got them all setting up with their guns pointing towards his bed. I'm like, my God, that's not just that statement. That tells me that baby is scared.
Yeah.
You know, he's got guns aiming towards his bed so in case somebody hurts him.
She's mistreated the poor kids that she adopted in, in Ohio. As long as I've been out here on Beach Creek, I have never, ever heard anyone say anything good about that woman or the way she treated them kids.
Okay, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Right.
That's how I raised my kids. They had to recite that for me, and then they had to tell me what it meant. And every time they messed up, it was either time out in the corner, in their room, or they wrote from a Bible.
Yes.
If they stole, if they lied, if they did anything, they had to write for me 100 times. And I didn't want I 100 times, will 100 times. I wanted written one sentence at a time. I told him, I said, if it's not done appropriately, you'll do it again. You know, because that was their punishment, you know. I had to go through hold therapy. You know what that is, where you hold a child and they have to tell you, look you straight in the eyes, and the therapist asks questions, and they have to tell you the answers to those questions. And you have to talk to them about it. So I did that for 8 weeks with Ernest. And Earl, we moved to Tennessee right when I adopted Earl, and they didn't believe in hold therapy down there. Tennessee don't believe in shit when it comes to kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you know what?
So is Crystal adopted?
Crystal's adopted.
How old was she when you adopted her?
Just 5. Eric and David had the upper hand because they threatened her with putting them in children's services, put them in foster care. And when Crystal was first foster care, she went from one group home or one home to the other because of their behaviors. Nobody wanted them.
Yeah.
You know, so they went from one foster home to the other. They were mistreated, and you know, as a matter of fact, when she came into my house, she looked at me and she says, "Am I going to live here?" And I said, "Yeah." "For how long?" I said, "For how long?" I said, "For as long as you want." Crystal's adopted. April's adopted. Ernest and Earl. I adopted all my children.
And she makes herself out to be this holy roller. She's nothing. The reason she's in that damn paralyzed in that chair, she ate pain pills and wrecked a car. I talked to Ernest, I think was with her, and he was so scared when he went up, wanted me to show me a scowl with everyone over there, and Crystal was trying to be nice to her, and I asked him what the real deal was. He said there weren't no other car coming. He said she was just messed up on them pills she took at Rick's, and she just wrecked.
The guy that hit me, I can't think of his name, but I know his face, and I know who he lives with. He lives with Vicky Dyke. That's her boyfriend. Okay, He hit me, and he come up to me when I was down there last year. He came up to me, and I looked at him, and he says, "You remember me?" I said, "Oh yeah, I remember you." That's all I said because there's a bunch of people around. And all I was thinking was, I remember you every time I want to get out of bed. Every day I want to take a shower and I can't do it. Every time I want a glass of water and I can't get to it. Yeah, I think of you. I think you every time I go to roll over at every floor I have on my bottom. I think of you.
I'm so
I forgive
sorry.
you for my accident and put me in a wheelchair, but you and me got to talk about what you did to me because you're still getting drunk. He got drunk down there, trashed the motorcycle that I was going to buy off of him. It was a Virago, and I have a Virago. I was going to bring it back to life. And he trashed his motorcycle. You want to know how I know? Because I made it home, and his girlfriend called me. "Can you tell me why your phone number's in my boyfriend's pocket?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I was going to buy a Virago." And she said, "It ain't nothing but garbage now. He's in the hospital. He wrecked it." And that was 2 days after I got home. She calls me. He was in the hospital. He got trashed when I was down there. You know, and I told, like, I don't.
Come back to your senses. Bath and Body.
Trash when I was down there. You know, and I told, like, I don't know if you know Francis Dykes. Francis and Chad is her husband. Okay, so Chad and the guy that hit me are best friends. So I tell Francis I know who hit me. So you know that she knows who hit me, who put me in my wheelchair. I said, and I told her, I said, you know, yesterday I texted her because I passed my driver. I was excited. I wanted everybody to know I passed my driver. I'm going to get in the damn car, you know?
Right.
So she told me, she said, "I'm so happy for you." And she says, I knew it. And then I told her, I says, you know, I forgave the man that hit me. I forgave him for putting me in my wheelchair, but me and him are going to talk about every time how hard it is for me to do something. Every time I have to get out of bed. Everything I have to do, what he's done to me.
Yeah.
I said, and I'm going to tell him, I'm going to say, just because I value my life and you don't do yours because you're drinking and drugging and not giving a shit about your life, you took my life away from me. You took my nursing, that was my heart.
No, is Ernest, I'm trying to think back. I think it was Earl, actually. Which one is her son that passed away?
Earl. But it was Ernest that was riding with her that morning. Earl didn't like her. She beat on Earl so bad. It's a miracle that he didn't kill her.
I don't have a ball joint, nothing there. My leg's free floating in there somewhere. But I was in the hospital having that done. I'm worried about my son because he always calls me on my birthday and Christmas. I don't care if he's mad or not. He say, "Mom, happy birthday," or "Mom, Merry Christmas."
This with your son, this was just last year?
Yeah, they found him last year. July, it was the first Friday in July. They called me. I was at dialysis. I was on dialysis. And they called me. I was losing it. I was hooked up, had these tubes coming out of my chest and blood going in and out, and I'm like, I'm losing it. What do you mean my son's dead?
Oh my goodness.
And he says, "Man, we're not sure. We're investigating." And I said, well, and I told him about my son. I called him and I told him, I said, "That's my son. Yeah, he was my baby boy. I got him when he was three going on 4. My doctor had to put me on Xanax when Earl died. I couldn't handle it. I was losing it. I don't know if you've ever heard this song. It's My Son, and it tells, he's not my blood. He doesn't have my last name, but he's my son. I played that at Earl's celebration of life, and I had a CD made up of all these different songs. There were 6 of them, so I put together Earl's when he passed away. I put together, like, I had this butterfly paper, and I wrote this verse that I found. I have to read it to you. I have to find it. I forgot it. But I wrote it down to all of his half brothers and sisters, and I made sure that they all got a copy of it. And then I made a CD. I copied the CD that I had with it, and I sent it to all of them. Yeah, Earl was my baby.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Do they know what happened to him?
And they just told me he was killed.
And they never followed up on it?
I found out. I did an investigation because Earl is with this woman. Her name was Lynn, and she was helping me get information. She found out where he was living at, who he was living with. I have all this information. I have it copied on my phone so I could show the detective. I'm going to go print it off, and show the detectives because they want me to meet with them. They will not release his coroner's report.
And did this happen in Rogersville, or was it in another area?
Savoyville.
The way she beat him, because he had some severe, mental issues, and it's just crazy. And I heard her tell Crystal that the only thing that they ever were to her was a damn check.
So what do they do for money? Does Robert work?
Robert? Oh, I think he's
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer asthma attacks and breathe better. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over. It is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions may occur and can be serious. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
You made me doubt myself. You made me come undone. You made me question everything that I thought love was. You made me go crazy. But you made me pick up all the pieces that you left me broken with. Said I couldn't live without you, but it's looking like I did. Took the long way around, but I'm better off without you lately. Loving the woman you made me. You made me walk away. You made me slam the door. But you made this heart a little stronger than it was before. I picked up all the pieces that you left me broken with. Said I couldn't live without you, but it's looking like I did. Took the long way around, but I'm better off without you lately. Loving a woman that I guess you couldn't handle, that you said I'd never be, the one I never knew, 'cause you were busy keeping her from me. Took the long way around, but I'm better off without you lately. Loving the woman you made me. The woman you made me. You made me pick up all the pieces that you left me broken with. Said I couldn't live without you, but I did. I took the long way around, but I'm better off without you lately. Loving a woman that I guess you couldn't handle, that you said I'd never be, the one I never knew, 'cause you were busy keeping her from me. Took the long way around, but I'm better off without you lately. Loving the woman you made me. The woman you made me. Loving the woman you made me. The woman you made me.
I'll be getting my Social Security too. And I know David is. It took David 7 years to get it.
So neither of them work, and they just.
David works on the side. And when I was down there, Crystal would come down every couple of days, you know, because I lived on Webster Valley and she was on Beach Creek, you know. And that's when they were moving into, they moved into this mobile home. Because I kicked them out of my house.
Yeah.
So you're pigs. All you had to do was cut the grass and keep it clean. My house was so infested with fleas, it cost me $1,000 to get rid of the fleas in it. My brother-in-law walked into my house. My new carpeting that I just laid before, you know, because I was getting ready to sell it. That would have had so much stains on it. And Malcolm walked in and on the carpet, and he had tube socks on. And he says his tube socks were covered black with fleas. Yeah. And the baby, Darla went back and looked at the baby, and the baby was chewing on the headrail or the rails of the crib. And he was laying on a cut-up bed. And my sister was living. She says, "You put that baby in that truck, and I'll take him home. Me and your mom will raise him." And David says, "No, you ain't. You ain't getting my paycheck."
Probably you, but be talking about me ain't nothing but damn lies. You know what I mean? And that's sad. You know what I mean?
Right. I think, you know, a lot of people, the main thing is a lot of people are just really concerned about something. You know?
Oh yeah, I am too. I mean, if I knew, you know, whenever they come back on me and you know, from a couple days trying to get me to go up there and record Donnie, to them coming back and accusing me of, trying to buy her on meth deal going bad. I held both of them on. I said, here, take me to the son of a bitch that told you that. You put us in the same cell, and I guarantee you, I'll get the truth for you. But when you hear the truth, I'm going to snap the fucker's neck, and I'm going to tell you like Perry Mason, case closed, and that's that. And I want the hell go home.
Yeah.
I said, I don't play that bullshit, man.
That's
I've been accused of them, being a pedophile, a kidnapper, and every damn thing else, and it ain't nothing but a damn bunch of lies,
Well, and I'm, that's good that I'm able to get your side out there and you can dispute what has been said, because she's in jail now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know
what? She was her new boyfriend, Ray. He seemed like he was a nice guy, and he called me up the other night. And I don't even know why he called me. I'm done. Once I tell you, it's over. I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gave that woman more chances than I should have gave anybody, just to try to keep her in this young man's life. Because like I told him, I said, we'll try some, but I'm gonna tell you this. I said, I asked him, and he was only 4 then. I said, do you want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to tell you a lie? He said, Dad, just be honest with me. And I said, we're gonna put 110% in it, but I wouldn't hold your breath on it, because from experience, people that's like that, because I've been there, I know, I've seen it, I've seen too damn much of that shit, and it, it's just crazy. I said, we'll put 110% in it, but don't get your hopes up. I said, we'll do our part, but I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't believe she's going to do her part. And of course, within a week, she was back out doing the same stuff, running around with Donald Bernard and whoever in the hell. I think that's the one that got her started on that crap. Because while I was out trying to make some extra money for, and I was going through Hep C treatments and everything else, come up here raising hell because I won't know Linda's address and stuff. I didn't know it,
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Because all the crap that she put out there mentioning his name, and he didn't even have nothing to do with Crystal or nothing,
Yeah.
So he was going to try to get an attorney to jump on her ass if he couldn't sue her, trying to and fighting for my disability, just had a kid, just lost my house, just lost my dad, I let my business go. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to accuse anybody, but man, you guys have a lot of crime down there. It's so beautiful there, the countryside, the land. And when you look up the crime and the drugs, it's just sad,
I know. See, I didn't even know the area whenever I bought this house. I just seen something that I knew I could afford and fix up for me and my dad. You know what I mean? And the lady that used to live here in the house I'm living in, I'm living right across the street from where my old house used to be. She brought me up vegetables out of her garden and a home baked cake and welcomed me to the neighborhood. I've never had that feeling before. You know what I mean? I thought I finally landed where I was supposed to be. I didn't know about none of this other crap, I mean, I heard there was moonshiners and stuff like that around. They were kind of clannish, and I'm like, dude, I ain't been to the penitentiary 4 or 5 times because I really gave much. All I wanted out of my life was a quiet country existence, good running truck, good working fishing pole, have a few good friends, be nice to everybody you can, and just go enjoy these beautiful hills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
That's
you
the only
do.
thing I wanted.
You do have some good friends because I got attacked. You definitely do. I definitely got some hate-filled comments from your friends. And it's just that first off, like I said, I really want to apologize to you because I know that looks bad, but I'm going to tell you how I felt about it. When you see there's a little girl missing and you have ties to them, and then you have a niece with a brother that has a missing child, it just looks bad.
I was going through so much at that time, between Crystal, Linda's bull crap, and still, just still fuming over my brother doing me like that, trying to, they screwed our dad out of his last vacation I had planned for him because I took my income tax money and he wanted to go to Black Mountain where we used to camp as kids and stuff, and I had us a cabin all set up. And I had to go get my money I put down on the cabin to go hire an attorney to fight for land that I honestly bought and paid for. So I didn't even get to take my dying dad on his last vacation, and that, if it weren't for my dad making me promise him I wouldn't drive to Florida and shoot my own brother and my sister-in-law, they wouldn't be living right now. and I wouldn't be here right now because I'd probably be in prison.
His brother wanted to give to him, but his wife said, "Oh hell no, he'll pay me for it."
Yeah.
Because I guess they got into a big fight, Robert and a brother, that has the house, and she said, "I ain't giving him nothing."
I mean, we get angry at our
That's how I was
families.
feeling at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I sold every gun that I had. I had I like to hunt a little bit, and I like shooting guns. I ain't much of a hunter. My brother Robert's the biggest hunter. I'm more of a fisherman. But I'd go out in the woods with him and, get out and enjoy it. But I was so messed up in the head, man. I had to sell every gun that I owned to stop from going to Florida. Because when I stayed up 3 days with my dad, and I just laid down, and Crystal was helping me out. That was the Crystal I knew. And no sooner than I laid down, he had another seizure, and I don't know, man. Just something inside of me snapped. Under all that pressure, and you're feeling so damn sad because you can't do nothing for your dad or nothing. You're just watching him die, and you got your brother you've always helped out and done stuff for. And I bought the land. I gave him $3,000 extra and paid him off a year and a half earlier. And they're going to screw your dad out of his last vacation and try to take my land and everything else. You know what I mean?
Day to day, a lot of us know something's wrong, and it feels safer to keep a distance. How do you create a picture of how the community really feels when being honest feels awkward? Whether your stress is high or you're just feeling down. But if our lives were threads and our feelings were pegs, we might see how we all connect. And with honest conversations, those connections get even clearer. When the person asking, "How's it going?" really wants to hear the truth, it gets easier. And after you take that first step, and then another, you can clearly see that you're not alone.
I don't know nothing about that. I was living in Carolina. I didn't know she was missing for over a year until I seen her on Missing. Her brother was a real bad crackhead, and she started smoking, shooting coke back in the day. And I remember Adam, I talked to her brother every now and again, but they would come over as little kids, and David, we're hungry. Mom spent all of our food money on coke or dope, and I'd feed them. I mean, I don't know why somebody didn't do something beforehand, about that situation, but it was a lot different back, I was friends with Summer. I mean, Summer, John was good friends with all of her brothers. And she used to follow John around whenever we'd go up. I'd let him go up and, spend some time with them to play and stuff. And, she'd always took me because she would always say, "John's my boyfriend." I mean, just to see him turn blush red, I mean, she's a sweet little girl. I don't know nothing about that.
Now, did David or Robert buy property from you?
David did. Robert did.
Oh, he did.
He bought that mobile home next to Beach Creek. Like I told you, it's less than half an acre of land. Less than. And his attorney, he says, you got over like a fat dog, didn't you? Yeah, I did. I said, I told him I didn't want to sell it. If he wants to buy it bad enough, he gonna pay for it, right? I
Right.
want cash. I want cash. I don't want no bank drafts or anything. I want CASH, cash.
What do
That's
you
what I let
think about
everything
that
do.
ranch that's behind your property? The new ranch that just got put in.
Where at?
I guess it's more like behind Linda's property. There's a ranch with horses, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's like a resort, but they only want adults there. I've spoken to the people that own it, that are actually from Utah.
I didn't even know nothing about that, to be honest with you. I mean, I've seen some newer people out here, but I ain't gotten in nobody's business.
Yeah.
You know, I just stay to myself, and I got a few good friends out here.
I wonder what they feel about that, because, like I said, that ranch moved behind. They bought all the woods that were behind your properties.
Well, my property went back to the next road, the back road.
Yes, and that right there. So, which property was yours? Do you remember the address?
Mine was 3163 Beach Creek Road. That was my
Yes.
house.
Okay, so that's the one. Okay.
I had the mobile home was next to it. I think it's
3191?
No, that's where David's living at now.
Okay. And that was his dad's property then?
Right.
Okay. So Robert bought your property. Boy, I had that all wrong. I thought maybe you had left your property to David and Crystal.
Oh, hell no.
Here, and my neighbor Leroy up the road, he knows Linda way longer than I did, and even Crystal, he knew Crystal when she was, like 4 years old, because he helped them get down to Jonesboro, out here in Tennessee, and he said, that's one of the piss poorest women there ever was, because he was in court with Linda whenever she was supposed to. I think they got Earl. The last one they got was Earl, and she was supposed to set all them kids up a trust fund and all that, what she was court ordered to do in Ohio. But he's even known Crystal, since she was a kid, and he don't even want Crystal around his house. He said, man, if you ever tell her, don't even come by or bother with me no more, because she asked him for a ride one day and asked to borrow some money from him. Being the guy he was, he was nice enough and didn't know nothing. But come to find out, he found out that she had borrowed money from him and had him to run her up to some place to buy drugs. And boy, I tell you what, that was a straw that broke the camel's back. He said, David, I ain't into all that shit. I thought I was doing her a favor, that she was hungry and stuff. She went up and told him a bunch of lies. She plays people,
So you guys have a lot of family in Tennessee then, right?
No. I was the only one down there in my family.
Oh.
I guess my kids down there, my grandbabies.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was my decision to move. Well, not mine, but the kids wanted to move. And I thought, if it's going to make a difference in my children's life, I'll have to try. It cost me $2,000 to move down there. I sold my house up here, bought another one. But, I did good. I did good.
I mean, and he don't want nothing to do with her. And like I say, I've never, even Miss Benton, the lady that lived here, she's just a good old Christian woman, and she never said something good about her,
Yeah. Do you know, did Crystal actually live with Dawn and Candace?
Yeah, they were up there she was up there for a while, off and on several times. And I guess once she slept with Donnie, that was, what ended that. But Candace and Donnie tried helping her out, but, I didn't know what and all they do. I know they drank too much. I didn't go out with them or nothing like that. Anytime we went up, it was just to go visit for a little bit and come back,
Okay. She told me about some friends that she was staying with because David kicked her out and they were helping her.
Yes, that would be the Wells.
And I said, you make sure you thank them and stuff. And she says, oh, Mama, she says, I help. And I said, okay.
But I understand Candace and Crystal were really good friends at one point.
Yeah, I can remember her talking about Candace,
Did Crystal actually live with Dawn and Candace?
We grow up being told to be careful who we trust.
Yeah, they were up there she was up there for a while, off and on several times. And I guess once she slept with Donnie, that was, was you know, what ended that. But Candace and Donnie tried helping her out, but you know, I didn't know what and all they do. I know they drank too much. I didn't go out with them or nothing like that. Anytime we went up, it was just to go visit for a little bit and come back. You know.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because Crystal told me that she had seen Candace and Dawn allowing the kids to smoke weed. Like Candace would leave a joint in the ashtray and one of the children would pick it up, would pick the joint up and smoke it, and Candace would allow it. She would leave it there, and that Crystal had witnessed this. Have you ever witnessed anything like that?
No, no, I hadn't sit there and done. I don't do nothing like that in front of youngin. You know.
Do you know?
I
Have
mean,
you ever?
That was probably one of them nights that they were sitting up there partying or whatever. You know what I mean? While I was sitting there taking care of John, I couldn't. I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you that I'd seen it. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't.
Yeah. Well, she told me that that night in particular, she wasn't there long. That she had just stopped by to smoke with Candace because one of them had called each other and said that they were going to smoke with her, and she went up to smoke, and Candace had left the thing in the ashtray for the boy to grab.
I couldn't tell you nothing on that, hon. I weren't there. You know, I don't get involved in nothing like that. And like I say, I like them, you know, to a point, but you know, as far as you know, associating like I'm going up there every day, you know, it was mainly for the kids. You know, Candace was a nice girl. I thought, you know, I didn't treat her business. She's always treated me and John nice. You know what I mean? I never done nothing out of the way in front of me or him. You know what I mean? I guess they knew I didn't like that shit. I wouldn't put up with it.
Have you ever seen Dawn and Candace abuse the kids?
I've seen them holler too much when they were drunk, you know, and you know, my dad after mom died, he drank too much. I know that feeling, but you know, I think alcohol was one of their biggest problems, you know, because you know how you get when you get drunk, you know.
Yeah.
You get stupid. But
you've never seen them hit the kids though?
No, I've never seen no physical violence myself.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I've seen them holler, you know, at them. And even John, he just said that he's never seen them being hit or struck by Donnie or Candace.
Do you know about Dawn and Candace using drugs at all?
I just knew that they drank and burned a little bit of weed. About all I knew about them. I mean, 'cause, you know, I weren't up there partying with them. You know, I'd stop up and, you know, like I say, I didn't do nothing with them.
Yeah.
Mostly, you know, she might call her, hey, why don't you bring John up, let him play with the kids, and you know, I'd go up there and just visitate, just trying to be a good friend and good neighbor, you know, and just and plus, you know, there was not a whole lot of kids out here, you know what I mean? So, you know, like today, it's just been me and John around the house, you know, recuperating from a spider bite.
He probably misses summer. He's probably so confused.
Every time that he sees that poster, man, I can see a light kind of go out in him. I hope they find Summer. I mean, it's ate him up and hurt him, and then you know it kills me to see him hurting like that, and it also pisses me off that there's someone out here snatching kids, and since that's happened, I mean, I won't let him out of my. I mean, I was always like, you know, a Papa Bear standing over the back of his little one, you know, but now that it happened. You know, it's a whole lot worse. You know what I mean? I mean, I just want, you know, almost just want to tote a shotgun around with him when I'm out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you believe that Summer was abducted then?
Someone's got to know something. I mean, dang, the little girl, and even John told me, I asked him if she ever wandered off by herself, and he said no, not without her brothers. If her brothers weren't there, you know, she wouldn't do that, Dad.
Yeah, that's true. But when Kansas told he was missing when we got home, and it was not time, but when someone came down to our house said someone was missing, when we went to Kansas' house the other day, he said she wandered off by the driveway.
Yeah.
No one's seen her last.
John says she ain't never. I mean, 'cause they'd go out, run around in the woods, you know, with her. You know how kids are.
Yeah, but she never leaves.
And he said that, yeah, that you know, Summer was always with the boys. She wouldn't just go wander off by herself.
Yeah, well, that was my next question, because Crystal had also told me that she would see the kids wander down on the beach creek, and I was going to ask you, have you ever seen Summer wander
No.
off? So you answered
No.
that for me. I didn't even have to ask.
No, I even asked John because I was trying to figure out, something, it was just so devastating, you know what I mean? But
The only time she wandered off is with me, both of the brothers, or all of them.
And every time we were there, them 4 kids was out playing together.
And that's what's
so-
sad, because not only is Summer gone now, but the boys aren't there. Aw. John, I'm so sorry that your friend cannot be found. Just
it's
keep
sad to
praying, baby, because answers are coming. So, can I ask you, have you ever been on drugs?
It's the unspeakable mystery, the representation of a sound wave from which everything springs. A phrase that holds so much power, it's not to be uttered. Tetragrammaton is an online collection of curated material sourced from intuition and intellect, ranging from spiritual to physical and emotional to informative. Is it a library or a gallery? A museum? An oracle? We hope to find out. When we share the way we see the world in ways others haven't noticed or considered, that's the work of the artist. That's what an artist does. We hope to find something we didn't know we wanted to see. That feeling of discovery and counterculture. Perhaps the collaboration will inspire others to experiment and create something new.
Yeah, back in the day, I was hooked on cocaine back in the 70s early,
Well,
but
that was the reason I'm asking you
that
is
was a
because
lifetime ago, you know what I mean? But
well, that's
the
what
last
I
time I
said.
got my butt out of trouble, I made 2 decisions. I had a decision to make. I'm either gonna put a bullet in my head or I'm gonna get my life right, and I don't like eating lead. And I've been clean and sober since '85,
Yeah, that's what I seen in your records. What's up? And I seen that you do have charges from Florida to North Carolina, but when you got to Tennessee, you and your brother Robert have been on the up and up since coming to Tennessee.
Yeah, I quit all that stupid shit. Ever since my mom passed when I was 5 years old on Christmas Day, I think it just kind of screwed me up. My life went from being pretty good to just downright shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know, man. I just had a real bad attitude. And it seemed like it got worse as I got bigger, and
She used to call me, and I used to send her and David money until I figured out what they were doing. Okay, this is what happened. Crystal, when she got pregnant, she didn't even know she was pregnant. She did not even know she was pregnant. She went in to see her doctor because she wasn't feeling good, and the doctor told her, "You're in labor. I want you in that hospital." She had nothing for that baby. They were living in a car. They found a car seat on the side of the road. That is all she had. So, mom, being mom, I call, get the baby a bed. I call and get her everything like wipes, diapers, clothes, first rattles, everything you need to check a baby temperature and all this. I ordered that all from Walmart, had it delivered to my house. I let them live in my house because I was going to put it up for sale on Beach Creek.
Right.
All David had to do, it had new carpeting in the den, and my house was beautiful. I mean, I was getting ready to sell it. I let David and Crystal live in there. They lived there for about 6 months. Well, they didn't pay the electric bill because that's all they had to do is pay the freaking electric bill and cut the grass. Well, he didn't want to cut the grass, and it cost me $100 a week to have somebody come out. Well, not $100 a week. She charged me $200 a month. So that's like $50 a week. So it cost me $200 a month to have my grass cut. Because he was too damn lazy to get out that broken recliner that he was in with a fan on his ass, and I had air conditioning in that house. Okay, and Darla says he went in there and he had air conditioning, or he had the fan on his ass and wouldn't move. Okay, you know what he did with the bed? They took that. I paid $1,500 for that bed because it was one of those that would turn into a day bed that when the baby got older, and then it would turn into a full-size bed.
Yeah.
You know, I got it at Walmart. That heifer took it back and got the money for it. He took back most of all the stuff Crystal had and got the money for it so he could buy pain pills. He got my grandson a bed from Shepherd's Corner that had paint chips all over it. He was chewing my grandson when my sister went in there. She was livid. Chewing my grandson when my sister went in there. She was livid. He had a ripped up sheet, a ripped up bed. His mattress was ripped up. She says, "What happened to that bed your mother bought for this baby?" Crystal says, "David took it back." Why did David take it back? He needed pain pills. So my grandbaby's got to sleep in a lead, busted up bed because David needed pain pills, you know. And then there was another girl that David was getting his pain pills off of, and he lived on that first street right before my store. So David would go back there. I watched it.
Calling them up every time and telling them that I've done this or I'm doing this. You know, I have had DCS out to my house about 16 times or so.
It's Push Pop Gummy Poppets. Your kids can pop up delicious fun with an interactive container. Plus, the sweet and squishy gummies come in 4 great flavors. Push Pop Gummy Poppets.
And I've done every damn thing they wanted, but that shit's getting old. You know what I mean? I met a lady when we finally me and him. I painted a house for a fellow and got us a nice ride. And I took John to Cherokee, and me and John was out in the pool swimming with her kids, and me and her got talking. And somehow another Summer's name come up, and she was, you know, involved with it. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, trying to pass the word along, and you know what I mean, and everything. And when she found out who I was, you know, and I knew we sit there and we had a long conversation. My God, that's got to be terrible, you know, and people looking at you and accusing you, and you know, you're the only one, you know, you're the only parent out of your life that's taking care of your kid, you know. I said, yeah, it's getting right frustrating. I said, I'm about ready to go buy me a damn gun and throw some lead at some idiots. I'm getting tired of this. I'm a you know, a peaceful fella, but damn, how much more can a man take? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's sad, and it's sad for the whole community.
From me, and anybody who thinks you're gonna take my kid from me, damn well better be ready to take it to the tombstone.
That's right.
Because I'll fight to the last damn breath over my kid, you know.
I mean, this is just, I'm sure your community is devastated. Do you know what the feeling is in the community?
There's a lot of people that's like me that if they could ever get the sights lined up on the right person, I don't think he would ever hear from that son of a bitch again.
Well, it's good to hear.
Well, when
we went back to Kansas the other day, we went to this place. We were checking out her house until she arrived back, and she was calling about summer missing because she heard the bad news too.
Yeah, she went somewhere and called me up and asked me if I'd feed her animals while she was gone, and me and John done that for her.
And how long ago was that?
That was a while back, probably last year sometime, I think. But I'm like, you know, if you're gonna be gone, why even have an animal? Out her private investigator or whoever, I can't remember his name. You know, he said the only 2 people that were supposed to be up on the property would be me and John and him. You know, I mean, I was just trying to be a friend, you know, because I just really didn't get to, I don't know. I had people ask me that, do you think Kansas and Donnie's involved in her missing? I honestly don't know, but I didn't really feel from Kansas, but you know, like I say, I don't know what normal people do. I didn't hang here a lot. I didn't get to try to get to know them in depth You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was more for the kids, just a friend. Now,
Yeah,
have you been in contact with Candace or Dawn since Summer's gone missing?
Oh, that's when we were taking care of the animals. Dawn was locked up in jail, and she was off somewhere. She was somewhere out of state or something.
Yeah,
I mean, we stopped up and visit her, you know, just try to see if she's heard anything or to see how she was doing or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When's the last time you seen her?
God, it's been months down the road since hell, it's probably been almost right at a year now, I'd imagine. I tried texting her and she ain't never texted me back, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, well, I'm sure she's changed her number. You know, she's all the YouTubers. She actually, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but a local YouTuber, Dawn B, she claims stalking her. I don't know, because I don't really follow him that much, you know.
yeah.
But she had went and gotten a protection of order against him, but she's in another county.
I figured something like that had probably happened or whatnot, but like I say, you know, I just know him, you know, as a friend, just in short passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, it's just really sad because so many children are hurt, and it's not just John. You know, Summer had other friends too. Her little friend Journey, that was Marlena's son. I mean, daughter. Sorry.
And I know Miss Sandy Clark's upset about it because she knows Ken and her brother, because she worked at Kepler School, and she only lived right down the road from Kansas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know they're still scratching their head and wondering, why hadn't something come of this? Why hadn't somebody found out something?
Hi everyone, Shaun White here, 3-time Olympic gold medalist in halfpipe snowboarding. I'm proud to announce that I've worked with Insta360 to create the Shaun White Snow Kit. It has classic accessories like the chest strap and some cool new ones like the Action Invisible.
Now, do you know, did Candace have a lot of strangers? Because it seems she had a lot of kids, like teenagers. You know, Hunter, he's involved in this, and there's talk of another young teenager named Cameron. Marlena actually got on a channel called Lips and said that Candace was sleeping with Dawn Chambers' son.
I couldn't tell you nothing about that, hon. I've never seen it, never heard nothing of it, never asked them about it. You know what I mean? I don't even know half them or none of them names you just come out.
So you've never seen teenagers up there?
No. just her 3 kids, you know what I mean?
Well, his little voice is so cute.
Oh, he's such a great kid, man, and
I've heard that from a lot of people. I heard you're a really good kid, John.
He's my world, man, you know what I mean? And I'm overprotective. I mean, we were coming back trying to help our neighbor out, coming back from Bristol with a truckload of rock for him, and just had a little Ford Ranger, and I had 6 big trucks blow by us and got me kind of squirrely because the shocks were bad, and I was just trying to make it to the next exit, and we ended up flipping my truck 5 times, and I thought I'd lost my son, man. Ever since then, I mean, and that's even piled on top of Summer's missing, you know what I mean?
Oh man. Oh man.
It would be the worst thing somebody could do is let me catch from harming a kid, especially trying to come in here and bother mine, because God might have mercy on them, but I'm gonna take their ass straight to hell.
I pray that Summer is found, and not just for Summer, but for her brothers, for her family, for the community. I mean, it has to be scary not knowing what happened to this little girl.
Yeah.
And you guys still live there, and there's children in the area, and I mean, that's worrisome.
I won't even let him go outside by himself. You know what I mean? And I used not to be that. Out here in the country, you shouldn't have that. Kind of worry. Where your kid can't go out to his own yard and play with his own dog without being, severely supervised. You know what I mean? You won't know where your kid's at, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I'm sure your whole community's like that with their children right now.
Every time he's out, it's like, if I can't see him or hear him, I'm going outside checking on him,
And imagine everything he's seen, because you guys are really close to Mount Carmel Church, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, we're only right down the road from it, about a half mile, not even.
And that's true. Dad always needs to look at him because when I was playing with Shaggy in the backyard, I saw Daddy watching right there, and when I turned around, Shaggy made a little U-turn.
That's his little dog, Shaggy. But
And Tinkerbell.
And
I wouldn't have
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, that's his other little dog.
I have a little dog. His name is Chico. He's a Chihuahua, and he likes to bite
That's what
ankles.
we got.
Yeah.
Well, Candace actually got Tinkerbell. She knew somebody in Kingsport. Crystal could tell you more about any of that because they were buddying up for a long while. You know what I mean? And she asked me if I wanted a Chihuahua dog, but this lady was mistreating it, and I didn't want it, but John said he was wanting it. I just lost my dad's dog. You know what I mean? That was another heartbreak. Because we were fishing when we found her. She walked up and started eating on my dad's bologna sandwich when he went to go check his bowl, and he ended up bringing her back. Oh, she's mine now. She's been fixed and all that, and he was still living in North Carolina at the time. I was trying to get him moved up here to Tennessee, and a week after I got him home, he called me up wanting to borrow $400 and some odd dollars. I'm like, well, what do you need the money for, Dad? He said, well, little bit went running after one of his friend's car when he was leaving and ran into the tire and broke her leg. I said, I ain't gonna loan you the money. I'll give you the money.
Yeah. So Candace and Dawn actually had a ton of dogs. Were any of them ever mean?
No, they would bark, but they were nothing that really bite you or nothing.
Yeah. Do you think they would have barked? Because there's rumors that the dogs disappeared the day Summer went missing. So, I mean, it ain't rumors. Dawn and Candace had said that. Do you think they would have barked if somebody was taking Summer?
I'm pretty sure if somebody would have been there, because hell, every time I pull up in that yard, they come barreling out, barking like a bunch of banshees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you got somebody creeping up through the woods right there, say if there was say a pedophile or something in the woods trying to creep up, knowing there was a little girl there, who knows?
No.
Some of it just don't sound. The way we found out was a neighbor down the road come pulling up one night about 10 o'clock at night, and I'd seen all the helicopters and stuff flying around and all the presents. I didn't know what. I thought it might have been a bad wreck or they were chasing somebody or. You know what I mean? Because the helicopter, you know what I mean? And he got out and he was in the woods or something. And then when Hack come up and told me that Summer was missing, I'm like, what? And he hadn't even got pulled out of the driveway yet. And here come Shannon's ex-boyfriend came up and he heard about Shannon. I'm like, no, what? He said she's dead. I was like, within 10 minutes, like I say, we got slammed by two bad newses. You know what I mean?
Oh,
he was already crying about Summer missing, and then his Aunt Shannon coming up missing. Shannon treated John way better than her, even though she was, she liked her pain pills. She didn't do all that dumb crap.
Wow, so you guys actually had two police calls going on at the same time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And, I weren't involved in, Shannon, she stayed with us, when she needed a place to stay here and there, but like I told her, we go to bed around 9, no later than 10, because I got to get up, 4:30 in the morning, get ready to get him on the bus and stuff.
And now, was she friends with Candace and Dawn as well?
No, she didn't know them at all.
Okay. It's just so scary.
She was a real nice lady. She just wouldn't get her mind right and go to the damn doctor or whatnot. I don't really know. I can't say nothing about her. She's always treated me and John really nice.
Yeah, and I'm not even I won't talk about that. It's just, interesting. This is the first time I've heard there was two police calls.
But Linda, she pulled up after putting all that shit there on YouTube, going to pull up my driveway, wanting to drop him off a used damn bicycle. I got him a brand new one back here that Leroy bought him for Christmas. I don't need nothing from her. I just told her to get the hell off my property. All that John is to her is a damn check. That's all that boy is to her. She don't give a damn about nothing or nobody but herself. Oh, that was, I don't know. But I seen Crystal slipping long before any of this crap, happened. And that was probably because when I was out trying to make us extra money, I used to do yard work for a guy named Joe that lived behind the mountain behind us here. He was, in a wheelchair and stuff. And I met him one day up at the store, and he asked me if I'd be interested in giving him a hand around the house because he couldn't do a whole lot. Help his mom out. He'd, give me $75 a day to go over and help him out. And while I was gone trying to do the right thing for the family, bringing in money, she was out, had people coming over, cheating on me, I guess, started in that meth crap and all that mess. And
Do you know how long ago she became addicted?
It's been years now. I mean, John was real little then. It's been 4 or 5 years. It was right after he was born. I come pulling up one day and he come running out of the house screaming. And from that point on, I wouldn't, I'd leave him with Lori.
GoDaddy is a partner that always puts you first. Start today at GoDaddy.com.
And now, what about Lori? What's she like?
Lori is a nice person. She really is. Now, if I write to her or I call her and I ask her, I said, can you make sure John gets this for me? And she said, yeah, Linda should. And I send it to her and she gives John everything. She even takes pictures and sends it to me. I send a camera, one of those instant cameras. And I said, just send the camera back and I'll develop it, And she even sent me back the picture, the cameras. So, I put an envelope and I put the Post-its and stuff on it. So Lori is a good person.
I couldn't even let his own mother pick up, get him off the bus because I couldn't trust her. I'd have to get my sister-in-law Lori 2 houses down and tell the bus driver, make sure you drop John off up here. You know what I mean? Everybody, everybody knows. You'll hear something there. You know what I mean? This whole community shit gets
In
around.
the backwoods of like Tennessee, you would think it would be beautiful and.
No. There's, what the saying is on Beach Creek? What happens on Beach Creek stays on Beach Creek.
But, I worked, and then of course when I got off from work that one day, just out giving a fellow a hand, I come pulling up to the house, and there's Crystal in the front door, all twitching and acting all stupid, and I'm like, man, I got out of my brother's truck and I said, I'll be down a little bit to get John. I just told her, you got to get the hell up out of here. I'm done. I'm not having this shit around my kid, and you're doing this. No, hell no. I booted her ass out. You can't put up with so much, and I'm not going to lose my kid because of her.
Crystal, ever since a year after she had the job.
And you said you had written me that Robert and David were beating her and held a knife to her?
Yes, yep. And she would not call him because David threatened her with getting rid of John. She says, Mommy, he'll take my baby. And she would call me crying. She says, Mom, I can't take it anymore. I said, what's the matter, Crystal? She says, I just want to kill myself. I said, why? She says, Mom, they won't let me see Eric, and they won't let me see John. They're my babies. What am I going to do? What can I do? I said, Crystal, you just keep hard at it. I said, why don't you let me help you? I said, we can go to court and take those babies. No, they said they'll put them in foster home. I said, Crystal, you can ask those. You are the mother. You carried those babies for 9 months. You made them. I said, you can tell them I don't want them living with those guys. I want them to go and live with my mother.
And now,
was there? You could see the babies anytime you wanted to.
Was there DHS involvement?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and DHS gave these children to David?
To Eric and David, yeah.
And they never
checked. I'll tell you what, they had to have drug tests. Not Eric, but David and Crystal. And we went to court. Eric will skyrocket, or not Eric, but David's will skyrocketed. Okay? Crystal scant amount. You know, and they gave those babies to David, and he was higher than Georgia Pines when he had a P test. Court, right?
Okay.
And so I could see my grandbabies. Okay? Judge would not even talk to me. Well, the bailiff come out and asked David. He says, and mind you, I'm the only person there in a wheelchair. And he knows I'm in a wheelchair. David. He's sitting across from me for 45 minutes, about 500 feet away from me. And the bailiff come up and ask him, what are you doing here? He says, I guess I'm supposed to be in court. And he says, well, who's the plaintiff? And I think she's out sitting in her van. And I put my hand up. I said, nope, I'm the plaintiff. I'm right here. He's been looking at me for 45 minutes. And then he tells me he's off drugs. I said, shit, hell no. He told me one time, he says, I don't do no more drugs. I'm like, yeah,
I think that Lawson has a lot of cleaning up to do in Hawkins County. What are your thoughts on the investigation?
This interior is rough. Luckily, eBay Motors is here to save the day with this. These wonderful goodies that will...
I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're doing everything they can, but like I told that investigator, kept coming up, dude, if there's something I could tell you or something I knew. Hell, I was at home taking care of my own child when this shit happened. So, you know, and then when he come back on me, you know, about that, me trying to buy summer on a meth deal going bad, that made me mad as hell.
You said David was really abusive towards her, right?
Oh my God, yeah. Beating her all the time. He busted all of her teeth out of her bottom mouth. She had to go in. They were so infected, they had to go in and put tubes in her mouth. She was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
And you know what? He sentenced her. If you tell the police, they'll take John away and you'll never see him again.
So did she tell you?
Huh?
Did she tell you when she was staying at Dawn and Candace Wells' house? Was she there because he was abusing her?
Yeah. And David was in downtown Rogersville, and he beat the shit out of Crystal. People seen it, and she had to beg these people not to do it. No, don't call the cops. And he left. He left her beaten up on the side of the road. He left, and these people wanted her to call the cops, and she wouldn't do it. She says, she'll take my son and put him in the foster care. Well, they've got Crystal's taken. David had her shooting up. Crystal's doing anything. I'll tell you what, my daughter has lived under a bridge. She has lived in the woods. She has lived, under a bridge, mostly under the bridge, in the woods, and in a van. In the last 2 years, these are her home places. Robert told my grandson when he was about 5 years old. He told my grandson was outside playing and yelling and screaming, a 5-year-old, right? He told my grandson if he didn't settle down and straighten up, he's going to cut his dick off.
Yeah, and the saddest thing is that, you know, drugs, they tear families apart, you know? And that's what's so sad.
And I tried telling him once I realized, I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I knew it was drug related. You know what I mean? It had to have been, because normally a lot of stuff like that is. But I just told her, you're going down the wrong road. Take it from somebody that's been there and done that. But
how long did she know Dawn and Candace? Do you know?
She know Dawn and them before I did. She knowed all them years before I ever knew them.
They do drink a lot, and you know they've put it on YouTube, and they've really just made themselves look really bad. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look good for them the way they behave. Now
that Linda Pizzapradio, she called the damn cops up and told them I tried buying the girl. They were trying to get me to go get record Donnie because they thought maybe he had something to do with it. And like I told him, if I had any knowledge or anything of that boy hurting that little girl, you know, even though it's his father, I'd go take him out in the woods and you would never see him again. I'd kill about it, plain and simple.
Oh, this was the day after Summer went missing?
Yeah, a day or two. It weren't long because he still had his oldest boy with him, you know, because they come up here and him and John talked, and you know, that was really about the only thing he asked me, you know. I said, man, I don't even know why the fuck you asking me this stupid shit. I don't know who in the hell you know, who they are. You don't see me running around. You see me here at the house taking care of my kid, man.
Was he angry? Like, what was his demeanor like?
He looked, I don't know, kind of spaced out or something. I mean, it just didn't seem like the same Don. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he wasn't getting rude with you. He just asked you, hey, have you seen the meth heads?
Yeah, I mean, kind of in a, I don't know. Oh, he wouldn't have got mouthy with me because that would have just got me mad, and I'd have probably punched him in the face. But you know, it just surprised me. Why come up and ask me something that stupid when my old lady, ex-old lady's been hanging out there with you and your wife, and you and her supposed to sleep together? Why in the hell, you know, she would know more than I would because that's who she was hanging out with. It weren't me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
she's
now
bounced all over.
have you had prior contact after Crystal and Dawn sleeping together with Dawn?
Oh, she come by here and want me to take her back and all that. I told her hell no. You know, you chose your path, you put me through hell, and I've give you every opportunity. There is no more. It's done. It's over. Just get and stay the hell out of my life. That's all I ask.
Was there bad blood between you and Dawn?
I didn't care. I was over it. You know what I mean? I thought it was kind of shitty if you're supposed to be my friend. I wouldn't do that to any friend of mine. I don't mess with other people's girlfriends or wives or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really
But,
shitty.
you know, I found out that you know, there weren't no friendship there. You know what I mean? Not the way I see shit. I mean, I just think I just never was that way. You know?
Yeah.
Because the way I see it, if one, you know, either or, you know, if a woman or a man is going to try to cheat on you with a so-called friend, hell, she'd do the same damn thing to you, or he would. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm not going to lose a good friend over a sorry ass person. You know.
You know, it is
she did
sad.
it
I
for us.
seen the only community store that you guys had was the gas station that she worked at. And I seen it on pictures on Google, and it's awful that it's closed down now, you know?
Yeah. That store could be making some good money. Even the guy that had bought it and reopened it, Clinton, he got messed up on them bills too, and he ended up losing everything, lost his family, you know, and lost all of his, lost everything. And he was you know, went from being you know, a high employee at Walmart, making over $100 grand a year, to buying a store out here, to becoming getting on them damn pills, and he lost everything, his family, everything.
That they were stealing from me and slashing and doing my things because me and one of the sheriffs were friends. And he come down the store every time he went by and stopped in and get a coffee because I told him I said it's free or it's slushy in the summertime. Or he would tell me, hey, Linda, can you make me a burger? I made him a burger. He says, I'll be back to pick it up 15 minutes.
And what sheriff was that?
Hi there, WooCommerce store owner. I've got just what you're looking for. Omnisend, the WooCommerce plugin that automates your email marketing.
Yeah, it was from Rogersville.
Is it Ronnie Lawson?
No, he's retired. I tried to get him. His name was Spence.
Oh, okay. So that
He's a detective. He's a detective, and then I think he's retired because I asked. I said, where's Spence at?
Yeah.
Because Spence knew me. I had him. My daughter was stealing. Crystal and Earl were stealing. I asked him. I said, load these guys up in the back of your car and ride them down the road like you're going to put them in jail and tell them. And see what they do. So he did it for me.
Yeah.
He had him out for a good 20 minutes, and he brought him back. He says, I don't think they'll steal any more off of you. You know, and I just made a coffee and let them serve themselves. You know, I kept it going, and then I had a buffet set up, so I had breakfast buffet, you know, so you could serve yourself, help yourself with all you can eat. You know, I made biscuits and gravy and scrambled eggs and bacon, and, you know, I had it set up for them. So, and if they wanted toast, I said, I'll make it for you fresh, you know, so it's warm. And they would come down every morning. You know, I could have made money down there, but I let this one girl, Linda Head, I let her, she told me, she says, oh, Linda, I can run this for you because I had to go to work.
Right.
You know, so I wanted somebody there while I worked 12 hours, and I worked those 3 days, 4 days a week. So I was going to have her open my store, and I'll get off, I'll close it.
Right.
Okay? In 3 months, I was $9,000 in debt for gas. She was giving full tanks of gas away. And the people, I'll tell you what, because I closed my store when my daddy died. I closed. I said, I can't do this right now. So I closed, and then after a while, I said, I'm not going to reopen it, because I put closed due to death and family, And then there was another girl that David was getting his pain pills off of, and she lived, he lived on that first street right before my store. So David would go back there. I watched him.
Yeah, the thing is that it does seem to be a lot of drug use down there, and you would think that
They make it themselves. They make it up in the mountain or in somebody's barn.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. When I was over there, that guy that hit me and Tad were going out to make some. But they run drugs. They make it and then they shoot it up.
Yeah. Now, do you know, was any of the Bernards involved with the drug?
You know what? Yep. Dale Bernard. Oh, not Dale. What's his name? The next one after. Well, Dale probably too. Dale's the oldest brother. I forget. I think it's Donald. Donald, yeah, because Crystal used to live with Donald. He told her that she was the cat's meow. He took her right up, but she was his housemaid. She cleaned up his shit because it was nasty, and she cleaned it up, and then he kicked her out.
Ready to be an e-commerce pioneer? Bluehost has step-by-step WordPress onboarding to make creating.
They were all your neighbors down there, right? They lived on Beach Creek? Yeah.
Yeah, they were down there, but I knew them personally. I knew Bernard's.
Yeah.
I knew Randy Light.
Okay.
The old man Randy Light. He had a store. He was my buddy. You know. So I made a lot of good friends. I knew what's his name? He was in jail and then he got out of jail. He had to go in for a couple of years and then he got out.
So did you meet David? You were down there before David moved there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the father had lived there already, correct?
No, they were living somewhere else. And David didn't want to work anymore, and he didn't have any. His dad wasn't getting that much money in, so they moved into the house up on the hill that David's brother got, and never got permission from his brother. So his brother found out and let him live there because his dad was living there. But then when his dad passed away, he wanted David and Crystal out. Well, at that time, David out. And he threw David out. As a matter of fact, he had to have a sheriff come up and evict him. And Crystal says, "Mom, can you help us buy this property?" And I'm like, "I'll buy it for me. I ain't buying it for David."
Yeah.
I said, you can live on it, Crystal. I said, but not David.
Now, did you buy Linda's house? Is that what it is? Because
no, we were renting it from her. That's back when John was first born, and I had just started that 48 weeks of interferon treatment. And whenever finally they'd come up and made me get off my property because I was fighting them tooth and nail for my land. And all of a sudden, one afternoon we're with no place to go, and she ended up saying that she would rent it to us. And I told Crystal, I said, this ain't gonna last long. I said, sure shit, as soon as I get to where this mess is gonna start making me feel like hell, she's gonna rear her ugly head.
so that's how you acquired the property they have the trailer on, correct?
No, that house with the trailer on by my brick house, that came with my brick house. Okay. I had the brick house, the mobile home, and 13 acres of land. And I paid it off within 10 years. And then, like I said, actually, Crystal's the one that asked me if I'd let him live in the trailer. He said, "Mom, I'm living with David." And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Did you end up in Tennessee?
I was donating blood one day, and come to find out I had Hep C, man, and I was working with my cousin Joe, and nobody didn't want to work around me because they thought I would infect them. You know, so I went from being one of the best employees to he didn't want to work because everybody was scared of, you know, back in the day before all this, you know, they come out with all this other stuff, 4FC. You know, everybody thought it was contagious, and hell, I was sicker than hell. My cousin wouldn't work, you know, more, and you know, Robert and Lori had done and moved up there to Tennessee, and he called me up one night and told me he had a job opportunity for me if I was wanting it up there in Tennessee, and they come and got me. And hell, within the first year, I had went from working with a painter by the hour to these builders asking me if you know, if I would go out on my own, that they would let me do their work. You know, so I started my own business. Me and Robert started his business first and got him going, and I went out on my own. I come up to Tennessee with $10 and a bag of clothes, and within a year I was running my own painting business.
Yeah, and that's where I was like I said, I looked at your criminal records and I seen that you have not gotten in trouble in decades. You know?
No.
Robert is David's oldest brother.
Okay.
Okay? Robert needed a place to stay. And David knew I had that mobile home over there.
And wait, do you know what year that was?
Oh God. Okay. My grandson was a year old. He was okay, he's gonna be 16 now. That was what, 2011? Or not David, but Robert. He bought that mobile home and that land for $30,000. Do you know that what his attorney told me? And I have to tell you his attorney's name because he's a judge now, but I got it written down. I forget it because I asked, because he's for children service, for children advocate. And I asked that he not be in there because of the conflict of interest, because he was David Britt and Robert Britt's attorney. I put that on the thing when I found the thing at the court. This judge that I went in through had a hard on anyways for me, because I had all these things that I wanted my grandsons to be. I wanted them to be able to communicate and see one another because they're brothers. I wanted them to go for a psychiatrist. I wanted them to have therapy, monthly therapy. I wanted them to be seen together.
Let me ask you, do you know, what was the, like, is it a lot of crime down there when you were there?
A lot of drugs.
A lot of drugs.
A lot of drugs. A lot of crimes. Yeah. A lot of, you know, people doing crazy shit to people, like killing them and taking them up in the mountain and burying them, and you don't find them. Anybody off of Beach Creek knew what I had. They knew I was in a wheelchair and I couldn't see anything going. They stole my chainsaw, everything I had in my garage. They were stealing all that. Anything they could get money out of.
From Linda, because he called DCS, and of course, you know, what pissed me off too about that is here they are looking at me when I was at home with my own kids, taking care of them, doing what a father should do, you know, and I'm getting accused of doing something that I ain't, you know, and they're taking precious investigating time, people away from somebody that could probably have, you know, maybe had run across or found something out about Summer, and they're looking at me, wasting their time looking at me, which they didn't find nothing because there's nothing there to
Well,
find.
you know, that might not be all of Linda's fault. It may be some of mine, and I'll fess up to that. And that's because when I found out that you also had Autumn missing in your family, I had reached out for an update on her case, and I had to explain why I was reaching out for an update. So maybe me contacting them, and if that was because of me, I apologize. I want to be truthful and transparent with you.
I appreciate it. You know, it really got me mad when I seen all my, you know, my address was coming up, and especially this, and I was like, damn, you know, let them YouTubers come out here and start some shit.
Oh, I'm not. You don't have to worry about me coming to Tennessee. I want to stay clear.
I mean, no, I appreciate you calling me back. You know, just like I'm holding up the same hope for, just the other day we were coming back from the store and they got Summer's picture there. And John, you know, looked over, he'd seen the picture. Dad, I sure hope they find Summer alive. You know what I mean? I said, so do I, son. I said, you know, I surely do. I'm holding out, you know, that she comes back. You know what I mean? I mean, I know it was real screwed up. If my daughter was missing, I sure as hell wouldn't be worried about no drugs or no dumb shit. I'd be trying to find out what in the hell happened to my kid. I damn sure wouldn't be here drinking and doing all the dumb shit I seen him doing. You know what I mean?
So did he seem like he was truly looking for these meth heads that might have taken his daughter?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you know, he knows that I ain't with that bullshit, and I was kicking Chris off the shit I was having going with her. So why come up to me the next day asking me a stupid ass question like that?
But again, they called you the cornbread mafia.
Yeah, me and Robert, they got that on that YouTuber shit, man. I can send it to you on my phone. I don't if I didn't delete it or whatever. And even the DCS worker told the judge, I checked into that YouTube stuff, and there ain't nothing to that cornbread mafia stuff. That David's not involved.
Oh my God.
And I still got to go to court over that shit, and I'm getting tired of this, man, because I kept my son out of a dangerous environment because nobody, you know.
So wait,
nobody
they
know what the
opened
hell
up a DCS case on
Huh?
you? They opened up a DCS case on you because of the cornbread mafia?
Well, it was involved in between me not sending him to school because of this COVID, and I guess they were just looking at any avenue that they could try to
Find
get John from me. You know what I mean? And I even told my attorney, I said, look, man, if these stupid son of a bitches don't think that I won't throw lead with them over my kid, nobody. I don't care how you wrap up kidnapping, you can make it as legal and as pretty as you want. When I know I'm not doing a damn thing wrong, but having my son's best interest, his health, his safety, and everything. And somebody's going to threaten to take my kid away from me, I don't give a flying fuck if you're Jesus, Satan, or whoever. I will put a bullet in your ass. You know, I mean, it'd be one thing if I was doing something wrong. You know what I mean? But if I'm doing everything that I should be doing, and you think you want to kidnap my kid, you better be ready to go to the tombstone, motherfucker, because I am.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just been a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? Really.
Man.
And I told him in court, my son is not a head count for this damn county, so y'all can keep your damn little, you know, your pay scale up. You know, I mean, it's crazy, man. I had some dark thoughts going through my head. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I put it to you this way: I was ready to throw down with anybody. I'd put a.
You know what? I do have a question for you. Do you know? And this is going to be a ridiculous question because it's everywhere you're in the country. I'm pretty sure even in Pittsburgh we have it. But do you know of any KKK or anything like that in your area?
No, I mean, I'm sure there probably is, but I couldn't tell you that I know of any. I don't associate. My circle's so small, hell, I can see it from my front porch. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, your brother and sister are right next door.
Yeah. You know, and then I'm just met the new neighbor that moved in, the two new neighbors up there, you know, so I've got one little square here. That's about as far as I venture, you know.
So does David talk to you now? Does he keep in touch with you?
Oh, hell no. He tried to Facebook me, and I said, I want nothing to do with the mother heifer. He'll see me when I come down there to see my grandbaby. He ain't going to stop me because I'm going to be driving. I'll be able to get out my van, and I'm going to tell him.
Does he still have?
I don't care if they call the sheriff because the judge told him, you see your son whenever David allows you, grandson whenever David allows you to. Or you have your daughter. He said, see your this is what he said. He said, see your grandsons through your daughters. I ain't got nothing to say to you. It cost me over $1,000 to take them to court and to drive down there in a motel for him to tell me that. And plus filing fees. It was over $1,000.
But Crystal,
and I went down there, I told him, I said, you are a sad child advocate. And I was giving him the Italian salute. You go under your chin and you whip it out and twist your hand around, and that is F you in Italian. I didn't have to say a word. I was cussing him all the way out the door, and he didn't even know it. I was escorted out of the court by two sheriffs.
You're definitely Italian.
You daggone straight. My daddy taught me some good words in Italian.
Well, I appreciate you calling me back. You know, and everything.
Well, and I want to keep in touch with you, and I actually would love, because I do, like, Summer gets.
EGFR is one aspect of how well the kidneys are functioning.
I'm not saying I don't want to cover Summer. I will cover Summer every day. She gets a ton of attention, but you do have a missing child in your family.
See, I work with Tammy, my brother's ex-girlfriend, when, I weren't even, like I say, back whenever her mother lived, we used to live in the same trailer park. I'd feed my nieces and nephews anytime they come over, and I'd go over and try to talk to Tammy, but most times she was out of it or had some dude there, and they were doing, you know, it was just crazy.
Well, that's what Autumn's grandmother raised her, right?
Yeah. And she got into prostitution. From what I heard, she got into prostitution at an early age, I guess, from, with the stuff she seen from her mom, And I even talked to her. Well, my brother has just talked to, her brother. All of them are Adam, I think. Yeah, Adam. And he's not even sure what the hell happened. Sort of, that she was messing up, out prostitution and doing drugs and.
Who Autumn was?
In Daytona. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't hear that. Because the story is she was going to a movie or to the mall.
But I'm just going by what I've heard from other people, you know what I mean, that were there, heard this and that. I don't know, because last time I seen Autumn, she was 4 or 5 years old. You know what I mean? That was the last time I ever laid eyes on her until I seen her on Missing one morning on that, Sunday channel where they missing kids. And it blew me away. I'm like, man, I didn't even know she was gone for probably a year or two. I mean, it was a long while.
Did Robert know?
I think he heard about it later. I mean, nothing that they re-informed on him because, Autumn's grandma and them didn't really much care for him or whatnot. We had moved here and there, we were trying to live our lives, but I had no clue that she was even missing up until, I actually seen it on that Missing, and I couldn't believe it. But
so you guys didn't live in Florida the time that Autumn went missing?
No, I was living in North Carolina, if I ain't mistaken.
And where was Robert living?
He was in North Carolina. We had both moved back there, and then he moved to Tennessee. I will let you know.
Bye, John. I love hearing you tell me about Summer.
And you have a wonderful evening, and thank you for caring so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I mean, it's people like you that make a difference.
That's right. Thank you. And you too, because you're speaking out, So you take some credit on that too, and make sure, the whole fact, I mean, it just shows not many people have come forward for Summer.
To help a kid out or to save a kid or to find out, I'd do anything in the world, man. It's just bullshit. Let a kid be a kid, man.
That's right. That's right. All right, David. Well, thank you. And we'll be in contact again. Just give me a few weeks to get my stuff together.
All right. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. I played the end of that video. It must have been stuck there. I'll put the rest on. The link's there. If any of you have a problem with me, please. It's funny how no one has come forward, isn't it? I guess we might as well finish listening to these. 2 hours, 35 minutes. I've waited for one Ian's to get up here and show receipts for what I've done to you. And how I've done anything different than you did. Now, has any of Robert's children ever visited him down there? Or because it seems to me he travels to Florida a lot. Like he has, like they travel and to North Carolina.
He does. Robert does. They go to Florida a lot. Every time they can get there, they go.
Yeah, because he has many pictures with his children, well, except for the one that's missing. And I know the youngest son, the twin Autumn, oh man. Like, I feel bad. I feel like Robert wasn't in their lives. And I don't think that it, after further researching, I don't think it connects to the Summer Wills thing. And I actually think that her disappearance may have been something else, but it's strange that the family doesn't like post things on their Facebook like, hey, help us find our daughter, or they don't, like, a lot of people, like you, for instance, you were close to them. Your daughter is having a baby with one of them. They're dating. Yins are living in, they're living in your property, but yet you never knew that there was a missing child.
Right. And that's and he's with my daughter.
Really love to talk to you about your niece that's missing.
I don't know nothing about that. I was living in Carolina. I didn't know she was missing for over a year until I seen her on Missing. I mean,
I really just, my thing with her is I really just want to try to get her name and her picture out there because it's been so long. I think Summer, I mean, that's sad for a family.
Her mother was a real bad crackhead, and she started smoking, shooting coke back in the day. And I remember Adam, I talked to her brother every now and again, but they would come over as little kids, and David, we're hungry. Mom spent all of our food money on coke or dope, and I feed them. I mean, I don't know why somebody didn't do something beforehand, about that situation, but it was a lot different back, I mean, you're talking.
That was a long time ago, 2004.
No, that's Autumn's the oldest missing kid that I've ever known of that was, and well, to this day, Robert was about a child support. He don't even really know if they were his, but I'm pretty sure they're his the way Adam looks, because he's got, he favors them a lot in a lot of ways. But
and Robert visits with them often too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was just down there last year. Went to Florida to visit with his other kids and grandkids, and Adam's right there. Actually, Adam's good friends with Robert's older kids. They all live around each other, go out four-wheeling and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good. That's
so
good.
Adam wouldn't have a damn thing to do with Robert if he thought she had something to do with his sister's disappearance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he even told him that I know you ain't had nothing to do with it. He said it's just a crying shame the way Mom was.
I mean, you can see how it looks funny, though. You know what I mean? From an outsider, like, holy cow, they got a missing kid. Summer's missing. So
I've held out hope that they would find something, maybe find her somewhere, healthy and safe. You know what I mean? But there's no telling with the way this damn world has gotten so wicked.
Well, Adam must be very concerned as well, right?
Yeah, that's kind of a sore spot with him. You know what I mean?
I mean, I bet it's his twin. They're twins.
Yeah. And it used to kill me to see them come running over hungry and starving and dirt. I'm like, man, I'd feed them and take them back. And
well, I will tell you, when I talked to the police in her case, that they told me that there may have been a recent sighting or a recent knowledge, not a sighting, a recent knowledge of her being alive. But they followed up on it, but didn't find her.
Yeah.
So,
just like I'm holding up the same hope for, just the other day we were coming back from the store and they got Summer's picture there.
Can I ask you why you left Florida to go to Tennessee?
Well, I left Florida to go to North Carolina to be closer to my dad, and I just, when I left Florida, the last time I got to Florida, I was just going to stay there long enough to make sure that I weren't running from my habit, because I figured the dope was going to be everywhere, and I just left to be closer to my dad. And just once I proved that, hell, I got a job with this guy, Anthony, painting, and he was paying me by the job instead of by the hour. And, I changed all my friends, and I held my sister-in-law, Carrie. I helped her mom out for 9 months when I got out. She got hit by a car, and I cleaned her place up, and she, asked if I'd stay there and help her out. And I did, up until a woman passed, or I left before then, Yeah, once I know she was on her feet and everything, that's when I decided, you know, and that I had, you know, enough strength for me to face whatever come on me, you know what I mean? And I wanted to be closer to my dad and get back to my hometown in North Carolina. I just packed up one night and left.
Are you from? I've seen quite a few addresses for you in Ormond, in Satsuma even. I lived in Miami most of my life. My father lived in Miami. My mother lived here in Pittsburgh, so I was shuffled in the summers, you know? So I know a little bit about Florida, and Ormond Beach is beautiful, actually.
Oh, yeah. That was Ormond, beautiful. It's so growed up. I hadn't been there so long. As a matter of fact, the last time I was there, a good friend of mine, Stephanie, she wanted to take me out to dinner, and we went to, she wanted to go to a little auction they were having, and I met I can't remember that officer's name, Sheriff. Okay, it was one of the first sheriffs that ever arrested me. We sat there and talked, and you know, it was funny. We had a couple of cups of coffee, sat there and chatted about this. And he said, you know, he always knew there was something better about you. He said, but you were one of my funnest guys. Every time I seen your name come across, and you know, he said, whenever I come to hunt you up, he said, I didn't have to worry about guns and all that. He said, I knew you was a hell of a runner, but you know.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Please go take care of your spider bite. I'm going to finish my dinner, and we will talk again in a couple weeks.
Thank you for getting back with me. And if I happen to hear of anything or anything that I will throw it, y'all will, let you know.
Bye, John. I love hearing you tell me about summer.
And you have a wonderful evening, and thank you for caring so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I mean, it's people like you that make a difference.
That's right. Thank you. And you too, because you're speaking out, you know? So you take some credit on that too, and make sure, the whole fact, I mean, it just shows not many people have come forward for summer.
To help a kid out or to save a kid or to find out, I'd do anything in the world, man. That's just bullshit. Let a kid be a kid, man.
That's right. That's right. All right, David. Well, thank you. And we'll be in contact again. Just give me a few weeks to get my stuff together.
All right. You have a wonderful.
If it's okay with you, can I record this while I ask you some of these questions?
Depends which ones you're going to react, and I could probably give you my okay with it.
Okay. So it's just going to be mainly the same things we've been talking about. You do know I'm recording you, right? Because, of course, I want to get your side of the story out there, but I'm going to keep...
Everything I tell you is the truth as I know it. I ain't going to sit there and try to go on the Jerry Springer show.
How did you meet Dawn and Candace?
How did we met?
Yeah.
We just bumped into each other at the dollar store one day, and just started introducing herself to me, and Donnie started introducing herself to David, and then we decided to go, and I guess you could say ghost one or whatever. They had a little bit of weed on them, and they ended up going back to act like that first, the one with them, and get to know them a little bit better. And then after that, it led up to them inviting us up to their house for drinks and some kind of small little meal or some like a dinner invitation. They invited the cookers at dinner one night. And then after that, we just, I don't know, kind of kick it off or whatever and decided to hang out a lot more than the kids and everything.
How did she know Dawn and Candace? Do you know?
You know Dawn and them before I did. She knew all them years before I ever knew them.
This was like when your son was small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son was still not just almost 93.
You know, we'll try something, but I'm gonna tell you this. I asked him, and he was only 4 then. I said, do you want me to tell you the truth or do you want me to tell you a lie? He said, Dad, just be honest with me.
You did not sleep with Dawn, right?
I did not.
Okay, so tell me again, there was a rumor that some lady started. She went to Candace and she told Candace that you had slept with Dawn and then there was a fight.
There was a big old argument. There was never skin-to-skin contact or anything. Just like Easter time and all that bullshit. So yeah, out and out.
You know anything about the rumors of Crystal and Dawn sleeping together?
Oh, yeah, it's true. Kansas come down here. See, Kansas told me to get the all property, and that's back when I was still trying to keep Crystal and John's life. And they told me to get the all property, or she'd called law. I said, that's all right. You'll find out who's telling the truth. And more than 2 days later, she come up here in the afternoon crying her eyes out. You were right. You were right. You know, she slept with Donnie, but she slept with about everybody around here. So, you know, that ain't nothing new.
When did you stay up on the Wills property?
I haven't seen them in a very, very, very long time.
Have you ever lived on their property?
I stayed there for like maybe 3 days.
Do you know, did Crystal actually live with Dawn and Candace?
Yeah, they were up there for she was up there for a while, off and on several times.
And do you remember when that was?
That had to be back in, I would say back in 2017, 2018.
Have you spoken to Candace since you had your fight with her?
No.
No.
We had this agreement and we transferred words. No, we lived in the shit that I made.
Yeah, the one that they called Mama.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't really know that much about her, but I do know a little bit about her. I know she was kind of, what do you call them, attacking her?
Uh-huh.
Almost like a bunch of shit. Stand up a lot.
Like a hoarder.
A hoarder, yeah, a hoarder. That's what I meant. She was bad. I know that for a fact because she had to keep a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and she had.
Like to go away, she liked to keep it.
And you said she had 2 dogs.
Yeah, she had 2 dogs. Two small little lap dogs.
Okay. And Summer and the kids and everybody called her grandma.
Yeah, and Donnie and Candace always called Mama.
So do you think that was Candace's mother?
First I thought she was, but then later down the road I got told she wasn't. Like my height, I'm 5'4". She was just a bit taller than me. Very pretty, dark, brownish or blackish hair. And she was kind of, yeah, I would say middle age, I wouldn't say too old. I would say right in the middle. 40s, 50s.
Okay. All right. And how long did she live there?
Well, to my knowledge, I probably say about a year or 2.
So she was there after you and Candace had to fight?
She was there before me.
And after, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So she has nothing to do with Case and Hobbs. Yeah, I'm looking to her because someone was very comfortable with around her.
Never, I mean, 'cause they'd go out, run around in the woods, you know, or, you know, how kids are. You know, Summer was always with the boys. She wouldn't just go wander off by herself.
Yeah, well, that was my next question, because Crystal had also told me that she would see the kids wander down on the beach creek, and I was going to ask you, have you ever seen Summer wander off?
So tell me about Summer running down the driveway and the kids kind of just being out on their own.
Several different times. Me and David have several different times. They won't appear nowhere around.
You know, I even asked John because I was trying to figure out, you know, something. You know, it was just so devastating. You know what I mean? But
the only time she wander off is with me, both of the brothers, or all of us.
You know, and every time we were there, them 4 kids was out playing together.
Did you ever see them down on the road?
A couple different times, yes.
Summer too?
Summer too, yes.
Can you tell me again about Summer drinking the beer and the kids smoking weed?
Yes, me and my boyfriend at the time, David, we went up there to see if I can get like enough blood to grow a joint or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, yeah, they got me, and they had some for me there, and I went up there to get it, and they already had one on the road, and they was about to light up, so we stayed there and stayed with them for a little bit. Summer was going around the house and did stuff she knew she could drink out of. And she took a first beer bottle of a half full beer, and she just turned it up like it was I could pick up a milk or whatever.
And you said Dawn was holding her at the time.
Donnie was holding her at the time, and he was just laughing about it. Then it's because the joint down the corner, and one of her boys just picked up and started hitting it like it was a damn cigarette.
Did you ever witness them give the kids weed?
I just said, the kid tossed the joint on the countertop and watched her son pick it up and hit it like a darn cigarette.
But you never seen them give them like a bag of weed or?
No.
Okay.
I have seen them smoke weed with the kid, yeah.
Do you know which child it was?
I want to say Dwight. Is one of the kids' name, I believe?
Wyatt?
Yeah.
Crystal told me that she had seen Candace and Dawn allowing the kids to smoke weed. Like Candace would leave a joint in the ashtray, and one of the children would pick it up and would pick the joint up and smoke it, and Candace would allow it. She would leave it there, and that Crystal had witnessed this. Have you ever witnessed anything like that?
No, I hadn't sit there and done. I don't do nothing like that in front of youngin'. You know.
Do you know? Have you ever?
That was probably one of them nights that they were sitting up there partying or whatever. You know what I mean? While I was sitting there taking care of John, I couldn't. I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you that I'd seen it. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't.
Yeah, well, she told me that night in particular, she wasn't there long, that she had just stopped by to smoke with Candace because one of them had called each other and said that they were going to smoke with her, and she went up to smoke, and Candace had left the thing in the ashtray for the boy to grab.
I couldn't tell you nothing on that, hon. I weren't there. You know, I don't get involved in nothing like that. And like I say, I like them, to a point, but, as far as, associating, like I'm going up there every day, it was mainly for the kids. Candace was a nice girl, I thought. I didn't treat her business. She's always treated me and John nice. You know what I mean?
Were the boys ever mean to Summer?
Yeah, police calls a person there down, leaving bruises. Being a cop out of the way? No.
Okay.
Therapy for me came at a time that was really pivotal. Becoming a new father, I needed more support. I had.
And we're sorry everything's going.
Where you at, Grandis? Where you at, Grandis? I know you're in this motherfucker somewhere. Where you at, baby? Y'all see Grandis?
What about all these? Who's
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
I'm a yinzer. It's kind of in my nature. I will try not to let. What's a yinzer?
I told Yins once. I told Yins 100 times.
Public service announcement. All you other rappers out there, time to catch up.
Where are you trying to get to? All right. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go down through 3 stop signs down a road here. Once you get to that 3rd stop sign, go through that stop sign, all right?
What's a yinzer?
Pittsburgh have their own language over there. They you can buy books in the stores over there that are titled Pittsburghese because of all their twists and different ways of saying things. You get there and you talk to a couple people on the street, and for the first couple times it's hard to follow.
Hey, Jagoff driving 50 miles an hour.
You're supposed to put a gun ban around it.
My grandma used to live next door to Marn Cove.
Hey, Yins guys just need to cool down and cut it out. Hey, Yins want to go down Southside Nat and get some jumbo?
You going downtown later?
Now don't Yins go there with me.
Instead of saying you guys or y'all, they say yins. Yins or youans or yuns, depending on, I guess, how you feel that day.
Hey guys, what's a yinzer?
The Jins want to get anything to eat? Where Jins want to go? What about Mike and Tony's? You want a job ride? We can go to Permanis. We're on the south side. Or we can go downtown. Figure out where to go downtown. Get a bite to eat there.
Permanti Brothers, the legendary Pittsburgh sandwich shop that stuffs gigantic sandwiches with meat, cheese, french fries, and coleslaw.
What's a yinzer?
And so, you'd say hi to someone on the street, and they say, "Oh, how you guys doing today?" And for your first couple of days, you'd look over and you'd say, "What? What'd you say?"
You're gonna come to a house with a big lava rock in the front yard. You make a right there. Now, if you reach the ball fields, you've gone too far. And you don't want to run over this kid just laying in the road. Jeffy, get out of the road. That ain't how you play hopscotch.
Is that a kind of piano?
You go up the hill there and make a right by the old Bettis Lounge, and you're going to see an insurance company they made of an old Pizza Hut. And you go past that. But if you get to that other Pizza Hut with the Ninja Turtle mural, you've gone too far. I had you for a second. I had you going down there past Kennywood. I noticed you got kids in the back there. I won't do that. Not Kennywood ain't even open yet.
Mama flying up on the pirate ship, down in the raging rapids, fast like a thunderbolt, and around on a merry-go-round. We're from the town with that great football team. Cheer the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chuck Noll and Nolte's friends are all on their feet. Go out and get them Steelers. Bradshaw and Rocky and Franco and Lee. We love you, Pittsburgh Steelers.
A Yinzer?
Okay, so then you're going to get on 51 and go past where they sell that good sweet corn. Hey, Dad, is that the green belt or the blue belt down there? The yellow belt. Oh, what do you mean it's by Sue's house? He don't know Sue. Like they got road signs that say this way to Sue's house. This exit, Sue's house. Oh, what do you mean ask Siri? Who the hell is Siri?
Look if you. What's a Yinzer?
That turnpike is the world's biggest speed trap. Them cops, they come out of like the Bat Cave to give you a ticket. Parkway, we're going inbound, not outbound. I'll tell you one thing, if you're in that left lane of Parkway, you're getting off at Grant Street whether you like it or not. Yeah, you're gonna go through a tunnel and everybody's gonna slow down for no reason. Oh, you're trying to avoid tunnels. I got you going through tunnels. Back it up, you start over. Hey, Deb, is there a Pens game on tonight?
Wash, a creek, sprinkles, a vacuum, slippery, rubber band.
Jumbo is baloney.
Pepsi, Coca-Cola, whatever it is.
Red up is clean up.
Oh, and don't go that way then. Stay the hell away from that Route 28. They've been doing construction down there since there's been a fort down the point. General Braddock was asking when that Route 28 is going to be done.
What's a Yinzer?
Pittsburgh, what a beautiful city. There it is. Bridges, rivers, little peninsula, beautiful old things, stunning new things, unique culture. We had gone downtown. We were taking the bus to get around. Great bus system. We got on the bus after having been up near Carnegie Mellon, and we had gone to some German bakery. Yum. And it was, you know, a lovely day, chilly, but sunny. And a mom came on with two kids. And she had it with them. Probably immediately after boarding, she went, "Yin, sit down!" And my friend elbowed me. She was so excited that I got to hear the most Pittsburghy of Pittsburgh things. Yins.
You go across a high-level bridge like you're going down the waterfront, go around that red train thing by the old slag pile. Bear left where that exotic dancer's place used to be. That road gonna split. Go slow through South Park. You know where the bypass is? That's where that good gyro place is. Oh, what do you mean you don't like gyros? Now make sure you hit that right end. You hit that left end, you're gonna end up in Ohio. If you go on Route 22 where the old Chi-Chi's used to be, take care. Your inspection sticker's almost up.
Tell me what's a Yinzer.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do, I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled up the line, that's nothing. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down for no whips and my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black stripe, yellow paint. I hear they scared of it, but them pros ain't. As soon as I hit the club, look at the moon face. Hit the pedal once, make the floor shake. Sway inside, my engine roaring. It's the big boy, you know what I paid for it. And I got the pedal to the metal. Got you out here drinking game, I'm balling out on every level. Hear them haters talk, but there's nothing you can tell them. Just made $1 million, got another $1 million on my schedule. No love for them, boy, I'm breaking hearts. No keys, push to start. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do, I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled off the line, that's nothing. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down for no whips and my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Got a call from my jeweler, this just in. And women love me cause I'm messing with their best friends. Shit, this
this ain't for one night. I'm shining all week, bro. I'm sipping Glico and rocking yellow diamonds. So many rocks up in my watch, I can't tell what the time is. Got a pocket full of big faces. Throw it up, cause everybody that I'm with tailored. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled up the line, that's nothing. Remember telling when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
JV ain't got no limit.
How you guys doing? I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but there's something going around to get the word jagoff in the dictionary. All right? There ain't no reason in the world with jagoff ain't going to be in the dictionary. That's part of every Pittsburgher's vernacular. Yeah. You didn't even know I knew that word. You know how I know that word? It's because it's in the dictionary. Why don't you just pick it up and read it every now and then instead of squishing stink bugs with it all the time? That should be in the dictionary. I'll tell you why. You got words like brown in there. You got words like raven in there. And you got words like bangle in there. Hey, you got to have jagoff in there because them surely ain't teams. Got to call them something, don't you? So do yourselves a favor. Whatever you can do to put jagoff in the dictionary, get it going. Put a little sign in your yard, you know, something like that. Why don't you, or just call people jagoff enough. Take that out of state. Next time you're down there in Dallas at the airport, scream jagoff until they know what's going on too. Hey, all them goofs in their Tony Romo jerseys. Give me a break. Hey, you ever been down to Dallas? Ain't nothing good going on there. Every time you punt the ball, it hits the scoreboard. That's ridiculous. See, jagoffs. Make it happen.
Jagoffs. All of you.
My diamond unbreakable, just like my crew that these lame niggas know they ain't harder than. And I got some money and I'm living good, left my mama house, bought an apartment. And I got some niggas that's down in the hood, if they're shooting, and they probably started it.
Love you guys. Borrowed. Those videos are under my videos. They're the first videos posted on my wall. So you can go rewatch any one you want. So can anybody else. I know I look like shit, but I'm a Yinzer fucker. Fuck all of you. Jagoffs.